I'm
And
making sure my recording still stays on because we've had that mistake happen one too many times.
And away goes Davion_OW.
Well, it's been real, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast this week. Have a great rest of your night.
I mean,
Catch you guys
away
all
goes
next
like
time.
pop off. Not that kind of
Hello!
like not a goodbye kind of away goes.
Oh, I said hello, and he was like, I'm going to keep finishing my sentence because I don't want you to cut me off this time. Dummy.
Listen, I'm a man, okay?
Yeah, amen, you know?
So was that the intro or?
Might as well be, dude.
Might as well
Like,
be.
at this point, what's going on, guys? We're here behind the place. We had a bye week. We took the week off. We were adults.
Yes, we were very much so adults last week.
Eric had his birthday.
I did. My birthday was on
There are
Monday.
balloons, I think, in this background.
Yeah.
So
well, they're attached to my desk chair. I'm pulling them down now. They're orange and also gamer because I'm a gamer and a Bronco guy.
cool.
Bronco
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Yes.
Amen. You
So
know,
my,
beautiful.
My,
We
my,
love
my,
Broncos.
my lovely girlfriend, who is very lovely, got me
Yeah, Katie's cool.
orange ones. Yes.
Katie's cool.
We'll point the camera over there too. She also got me blue ones over on the other side of our apartment, of our disgustingly
Nice,
dirty
nice.
apartment. Nobody has to
Nice,
see that anymore.
nice.
Beyond the blue balloons.
That's all you need are the balloons. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Eric had a great birthday outside of
No, I didn't. I had a
outside
birthday.
of,
I had a
some
birthday.
crazy things
That's
happened.
for sure.
It's okay. The Eagles lost to the Cowboys the same week of my birthday, so if it's equally as bad,
Yeah, at
right?
least the Broncos won.
They did win this week, didn't they?
They did. They beat Washington.
Woo! That helps us a
Yay.
lot, actually. Woo!
Also, the Fremont Cannon is blue. So,
I don't. Oh, that's the UNLV UNR rivalry.
well,
Yes.
it's the UNLV Nevada rivalry, but yes.
You know what?
Listen,
what's
there's
your
a
guys'
great story
so
about
it's
that.
just Nevada. It's just Nevada. Like I swear, it's always in my life. I've always seen UNR.
Because UNLV doesn't like us. Anytime you're in Las Vegas, we're UNR or Reno. But
Okay.
it's the University of Nevada. UNR is the school. Like, the athletics department is the University of Nevada.
I get you. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Well, UNLV is lesser, so I'm not capping.
You're
it.
not
Like,
wrong. I mean, UNLV went from 0-7 to 0-8 after that, so. Yeah, Fremont's
Yeah, the
blue. I
bas-
can't complain. Life is good.
they used to be really good at basketball because Jerry Darkanian's the GOAT.
Yeah. Well, honestly,
But like,
nowadays, they kind of go back and forth. Nevada and UNLV with basketball.
no. It hasn't been the same. You guys made the tournament, remember? You guys have made the
We made the
tournament a couple
tournament
times.
recently because of Eric
A couple
Musselman,
times.
who's now the coach at Arkansas. We haven't made the tournament
And
in
the
last,
Martin twins.
2 or 3 years.
And the Martin twins were there.
That's true, and the Martins were there.
The Martin twins got you guys to like the Sweet 16 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, we went to the Sweet 16. It was nice.
Yeah, that was nutty.
It was
that was a
neat.
nutty year.
And then we
Yeah.
lost to Loyola Chicago.
That Loyola Chicago team was was a team on a mission though.
Yeah.
They were on a roll that year. They went to the Final Four. They beat like everybody. They were an 11 seed too. They were nuts. Speaking of the Martin twins, one of them is getting current minutes. The one that got cut by the Rockets, I think it's Caleb. He currently plays for the Houston. He got cut by the Hornets. He's currently playing for the Houston Rockets.
I thought he was playing for the Heat.
It was the Heat. We definitely played the Heat. We played the Houston Rockets and the Heat in a back-to-back in like a weird consecutive. My bad. I just know because I watched it last night and the Mavs were playing the Heat. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
he is
'Cause
playing
I
for the
think it
Heat.
was like a preseason game. The Hornets and the Heat played each other, and I think it was like because Nevada tweeted out a whole bunch of stuff about it. I think it was the first
That's cool.
time like in their lives they played basketball wearing different uniforms.
That's wild to think about because
Like,
they
it never
grew
happened.
up. They went to the same schools. They actually got picked up by the same Hornets team for a long period of time, and then for the first time. That's crazy.
First time ever they were wearing different uniforms.
Wild. And that's actually interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I have my Eagles jersey on today, guys. I'm
I
wearing
have
my
some of that
Carson Wentz
Wolfpack
jersey.
stuff because I only own one Broncos jersey and I can't really wear it right now out of
I'm wearing
sadness.
Out of pure sadness. It makes you feel better. I'm wearing my
I came
Eagles
home
jersey.
Monday after work and I just put it on. I sat on my couch and just like had hands on forehead, sat there for a while. Katie came out. She's like, "I thought it was your birthday." I'm like, "Well, it's a birthday.
It's a birthday now.
It's a
now that I'm
happy
depressed.
birthday."
Right now that I'm depressed.
Yeah. No, it was a good birthday
anyone-
outside of that one thing.
Yeah, we'll get to that thing. Yeah, so this week, guys, since we did miss a week, we thought we just we're not gonna do recaps because
because
or at least game by game
be here for
recaps.
3 hours.
Right.
So
Yeah.
what we thought of instead is we're actually approaching the halfway point. I think like midweek.
Yeah, this is
week
basically
the
the halfway point.
Yeah, we're basically at the
yeah.
halfway point because week 18 typically is not going to fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
We're approaching the halfway point of the NFL season. So we kind of wanted to do like a check-in on each team, see how they're doing, our thoughts on the team,
and kind of see how we felt like beginning of the season to now. Maybe a little bit of comparison. Like, you know, are they better than we thought? Are they worse than we thought? About what we thought? You know, let's see what's popping off in the good old NFL.
Yes.
So we're just gonna make our way down the conferences. We're gonna start in the AFC, then go to the NFC. Afterwards, we're gonna start East. So I mean, any other comments before we just dive on into this?
I got nothing. Let's start in the AFC East.
All right, kicking off with the Buffalo Bills, and honestly, they are who I thought they were. 5-2, great start to the season. 2-0 in the division.
Yeah, great team. They're 5-2, leading the East. I believe technically right now they're the 4 seed because of how the seeding works. It's weird.
They're the what seed?
Maybe they're the 3 seed. Maybe Baltimore's the 4 seed. But I think technically Vegas is the 2 seed somehow.
I think so too because the conference wins, or I mean like conference. I
think it's like
they don't have 2
or
losses,
something like that.
Yeah, they don't have 2 losses or something weird like that. Yeah, and the Raiders beat the Ravens. It's weird.
Yeah, but I mean the Bills are one of the best teams in the NFL. They've dramatically improved on defense. I didn't think their defense was going to be as good as they are this year. But I mean, they are dominating and shutting out a lot of teams. Like
they shut out like 3 games this year
by big scores, where their offense is rolling and their defense is unstoppable. I think they technically have the number 1 defense in the NFL right now, and they have a top 5 offense.
Yeah, and that's a team that we expected to be a playoff contender, Super Bowl contender. Honestly,
at this point,
and they're showing it.
I mean, I thought they were the second best team in the AFC. Prior to the season, and who I once thought was the best team in the AFC is clearly not.
Not right now, at least.
Not right now. So I think genuinely Buffalo could be the best team in the AFC. They're definitely up there.
Yeah, and with what's going on in Tennessee, they very well could just overtake Tennessee as the 1 seed very quickly.
What's going on in Baltimore? What's going on in Cleveland? What's going on in Kansas
Las
City? Vegas at this point, LA.
So much stuff is happening everywhere, like everywhere. Buffalo is the only team that feels like they've been consistent. Maybe outside of, I think, like the Bengals, who've been kind of weirdly consistent.
I don't know, but the Bengals just lost to the Jets.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, like
they smacked the Ravens though.
Yeah, but I think the Bengals are a good team that is still improving.
Yeah, of course. Oh,
right?
I agree with that.
Like I think,
but it's
like,
weird,
they're a
like how,
team, but maybe not a Super Bowl contender.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just talking consistency wise. The Bengals are weirdly consistent right now.
Because who are the Bills' 2 losses to? I know they lost to the Titans.
They lost to the Titans and like the
Packers. In the first game they lost to the Steelers.
Oh, the fluke game. Fluke game. Yeah. That's fine.
So yeah, no, it does feel like I would kind of agree with that. I think the Bills are the most consistent team in the AFC right now.
Yeah, they're consistently smacking the bad teams, and they're winning good games against the good teams.
I think the Titans are, but we know what's happened to the Titans recently, so I don't know if I'm as confident in that anymore.
Yeah,
I think the other team you make an argument for is the Ravens, but that Bengals loss is really bad.
It's really bad, but it potentially could be shaken off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they do have to play again, and they're even. They're even. It's not like they're losing by they were down a game, they needed the win to go tie them up. No, they're even on wins right now.
Yeah.
Very comebackable. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm very confident in the Bills to be a playoff team for sure. I think they have a good chance to win the East, though they are currently only 1 game ahead of the Patriots.
Yeah, which is low-key surprising to me.
Low-key, I agree with you. It's kind of surprising.
The Patriots are weirdly
The Patriots are
weird.
Okay. It's like
yeah, they're okay. Mac Jones is kind of
really
cool.
Beating the bad teams, and they're staying competitive with the good teams, and they're squeaking out some wins against good teams. Like they just squeaked out a win in LA against the Chargers, who were coming off a bye. That's a good win for the Patriots.
That's an amazing win. Yeah, that's a huge win for the Patriots.
So
yeah, I mean,
I think with the Bills, the fact that their defense has improved so much is really what's taken them over the top for me.
Honestly, with the emergence of their defense and the little like regression it feels like of the Kansas City Chiefs this season, Buffalo in the Super Bowl is not so far-fetched.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. What was your Super Bowl prediction? What did you say?
My Super Bowl prediction, I have it still saved. It was Bills versus Packers.
I think that's still incredibly viable.
No, like that's wildly viable. Holy
I think
shnikes.
mine's alive, but not. I'm not going to commit to viable because I said Chiefs Rams.
Yeah, it's alive, but not dead.
Yeah, it's alive, but not. I'm not going to commit to viable at this moment.
Yeah, mine's definitely viable right now.
Yeah.
Because those are literally the 1 seeds right now,
Yes.
almost.
I know.
That's crazy.
But we'll get to the Packers in just a moment, too. I don't know how long that's going to
Yeah.
last for them in particular.
True.
And I think
but
the
we'll
Titans
see.
are technically the 1 seed because they
The
haven't
Titans are
had their
technically
bye
the
and they
1
have
seed,
one more win over the Bills.
Yeah, and on top of that, they
And I think
like,
and the Titans
they
beat the
just
Bills.
they just lost Derrick Henry, so it's like
Yeah, the Titans.
they just lost Derrick Henry.
Yeah, for the same reason as the Packers, the Titans are probably not about to stay as the 1 seed.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Like genuinely, I'm kind of surprised with the AFC and how competitive the AFC has been this year. Like, I think at one point or another, we've had like probably 7 or 8, maybe even 9 different teams that have held a wild card spot.
Yeah, no, it's
Like,
weird. It's
Denver
weird.
has done it, LA has done it, Las
Browns,
Vegas has done
Ravens.
it, Indy did it, Pittsburgh has it
Chiefs.
right now, Cincy has it right now, Cleveland did it, New England did it. Like,
Yeah, everyone's weird.
the
right now,
AFC is
dude.
extraordinarily competitive. I feel like if you look at the AFC and compare it to the NFC, the AFC is very middle
They're
ground.
more
I feel
they're
like
more
they're very-
even, whereas the NFC is always top heavy, and
I feel
it
like
always happens that way.
Exactly. The NFC is extraordinarily top heavy. Like, I mean,
Outside of
there isn't
maybe
a
the
single-
South,
there isn't
everybody's
a single
top
team
heavy.
in the AFC who has lost 1 or less games. There are 3 in the NFC. 2 in
Right.
the NFC. No, 3 in the 4
No,
in
there's
the
3.
NFC.
Oh, there is 4. There's 2 in the
4
same
NFC.
division.
And there's also the only winless team in the NFC.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like, the NFC is extraordinarily top heavy. Like,
Yeah, it's
but, like, I
crazy.
mean, we were saying this at the beginning of the year. Like, and I agree with this. 5 of the 7 playoff spots are basically decided. Like, Cowboys
NFC?
in the NFC.
Yeah, it's the people that are winning their divisions.
It's the people that are winning the division and the Rams.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
but that's what is exciting.
I mean the
about
other 2
NFC.
spots are kind of wild. Like, you
r-
don't
right
know what
now,
to expect.
I think it's New Orleans and Carolina. I think are
Right,
technically
and Carolina's 4-4.
exactly. Like, that's not a
The
good
Eagles
team.
could low key swoop in. The Vikings are looking
The Eagles
incredible.
could, the Vikings could,
The
the
Falcons,
Bears could,
low
the
key.
Seahawks still could, the 49ers still could. Like,
I know you don't want to say the Falcons, but the Falcons are low key playing good football right now.
They kind of are. Like, that's what's interesting about the NFC is that
You don't know.
it is top heavy. Like, we have our bad teams like Detroit
Right.
and New York, and that's
I mean,
maybe to
Washington's
some,
low key been
maybe,
kind of
yeah, maybe to some extent Washington.
Vikings up until the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
They've been
it's like,
pretty
I mean,
trash.
you have like your bottom tier teams. Like, the Bears are still competitive. I don't think the Bears are a great team.
No. I say that about the Eagles all the time. They're not a good team. Like, they're not amazing, but like
They're winning games.
they're keeping their
They're
teams
winning a
competitive.
handful of games. Yeah.
Yeah, like 3-5. I mean,
I
you know,
guess
we can
to
live with
be
that.
fair, there are more teams in the AFC that I'm confident won't make the playoffs than I am in the NFC.
That is true. Like, but that's just because everyone that's winning is staying competitive. The
Mm-hmm.
people that are losing, like, have lost multiple games, only have 1 or 2 wins. Whereas the teams that are all like middle of the pack in the NFC have 3 or 4 wins.
Right.
Well, all these guys are 4 or 5 wins.
Yeah.
You know?
It feels like the AFC is like you maybe have like 1 or 2 top dogs and a bunch of middle ground
Exactly.
teams. The NFC you have like 5 or 6 top dogs and the rest are like lower end good teams.
Exactly.
Like, if you were to take a given, I don't know off the top of my head, but like a given 500 team from the AFC and put them up against a 500 team from the NFC, most of the time I'd probably pick the AFC team.
Yeah, like right now you would go like I'm just going. I'll go east to east. Like now it'd be like Eagles versus Patriots. Actually, I low key think the Eagles would win that. The Patriots are
I
looking
think the
really
Patriots
good. Their
would win
defense
that.
is better. I think the defense is better.
Give me Pittsburgh and Chicago, which is we're about to see on Monday night.
Yeah, there we go. That's gonna prove it.
Yeah,
That's gonna prove our arguments.
Indianapolis and Carolina. I'd probably take Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Give me. I'm not.
The
gonna,
West is harder.
I'm not going to pick.
Yeah,
Denver.
don't even talk about the West. Don't even talk about the West.
I'm not going to pick Denver.
Chiefs or the Chargers at that
give
point
me
versus anybody
KC
in the
or
West.
LA
That's crazy.
Versus the Niners or the Seahawks. Give me either Chiefs and Chargers. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, both of those. Like, that's crazy to think about. Anyway, yeah. This was all about the Bills, by the way.
Right. Yeah. I think we talked about the Bills. I think we talked about the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots are kind of knocked
Which
out. Dolphins and Jets.
Which leaves us with the other two teams in the AFC who I'm confident aren't going to be vying for a playoff spot this year. The Dolphins
Definitely
and the
not.
Jets.
I do want to say that the Jets backup quarterback Mike White,
He had a very, very
out.
impressive game against Cincinnati.
Like he balled
like
out.
Here's the thing though, there are way too many people who said like Zach Wilson just lost his job.
I was hopping on the train, but I'm not on the train.
No, not. Give me a couple more weeks to commit to that.
I'm flagging that train down after this next week, though. I'm
Jets
just throwing it out there.
spent a second overall pick on Zach Wilson.
Yeah, but if Mike White kept that up, you can't just like ignore that shit. You know what I mean?
But I mean, yeah, the Jets have squeaked out a couple of wins. Who's the one team the Dolphins won against? Who did the Dolphins beat? Week 1, Texans? They beat the Patriots.
The Patriots by a point.
Who is a very up and down team.
Right. They beat them by 1 point.
And the Jets just beat the Bengals, and then they also beat the Titans. So like the Jets.
The Jets beat the Titans?
Yeah, week 4, the Jets beat the Titans.
Dude, what the heck is?
I know.
Dude, New York is so good at beating good teams.
The Jets might be playing upset this year.
They did that last year.
Like the Jets are going to win
literally won their last
4 or 5 games, but they're all going to be very important games for deciding the AFC playoff picture.
I hate the Jets, dude.
Yeah, they irritate me.
Stupid Jets. They're like the Falcons, bro.
No.
Just they don't choke.
Don't take them that low.
But yeah, the Dolphins, I hope they keep losing because the Eagles have their first round draft pick, and if we could get a top 5 pick out of them.
Yeah, as of right now, don't the Dolphins have like the number 2 pick?
Yeah, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, because obviously Detroit has 1.
The Texans are also 1-7.
And so are the Jags are 1-6, but same idea.
Yeah, so they technically are have a higher draft, lower draft, whatever it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pick because they have 6 losses, not 7.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dolphins, kind of on this topic, I guess this is as good of a time as any to talk about it. So we're recording this on Wednesday.
Yes, I'm glad. I am so glad that we talked about recording. I was super tired yesterday. I did not feel good. I took some NyQuil and went to bed. Like it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like 9 p.m. my time. Like I was out. I'm so glad we're recording this today because A, I feel better, and B, there's so much stuff that has happened in the last 24 hours. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's trade deadline, right?
Right. Like trade deadline's been crazy.
Like Joe Flacco to the Jets.
Yeah, that was huge. The Eagles got the 6th pick.
I say Joe Flacco back to the Jets.
Yeah, we got a 6th rounder out of that, and then we traded that 6th rounder over to. I don't think we traded the Jets 6th rounder, but we traded a 6th rounder over to Denver for a cornerback because we needed a damn cornerback. Yeah. We basically got a young cornerback out of Joe Flacco. We take those.
I know. So much stuff happened at the trade deadline. We'll get to those in the meantime, but I think the one I want to talk about at this point is the not-so trade that happened, which was
this was a very close trade
that the Dolphins made for Deshaun Watson. It kind of seemed like that was a really close thing to getting done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which obviously Deshaun Watson hasn't taken a snap for the Texans, and I don't think intends to this year.
Yeah, that was very close. I really truly thought it was going to end up going through. I actually am glad the Dolphins did not do this.
Because it gives the Dolphins
the reason being
at the first overall pick.
Oh, actually, not. I don't even care about that. I'm glad the Dolphins do this because I didn't want them to have to give up a bunch of draft picks for someone who potentially is not going to play football. And I think that would be the worst for them because they're not going to get anything in return for that.
Yeah. I mean,
and even if he plays this season, what are you gaining from that? You guys literally can win. Even if you won everything straight, you guys would be 10-7. You may snag a wild card because everybody's so middle of the pack.
And the Bills are that good.
And the Bills you're not winning your division.
Yeah.
With just Deshaun Watson.
No.
We saw what happened with the Texans. You can't do that.
Yeah. We literally saw Houston last year.
Right. I think that the Dolphins not trading for him was better. I think Deshaun Watson's going to get traded in the offseason. Definitely.
Probably.
I think he's not going to be a Texan.
Houston.
He's not going to be on the Texans. Regardless of where he goes, Miami, if they trade him in the offseason, by all means. Actually, it might be good for them because if they don't have their first round pick and you're like, "Do we need a quarterback? Tua is not working out." Boom. Cool.
Yeah,
Pull the trigger.
I could see Miami. I could still see.
There was one other team that was like crazy to me. They wanted the Eagles to trade for them, like people, like fans. I was like, dude, why?
Well, there was
Jalen
also
Hurts
this rumor of a three-way
bad.
trade going on between Miami, Houston, and Washington, where Washington would get Tua. And
Interesting.
Miami would get Deshaun Watson, and the Texans would get like a bunch of the Washington's picks or something
All the
like
picks.
that.
Yeah, all the picks. Interesting.
Which obviously didn't end up happening, but could have been interesting.
There was
So
another
we could
trade
potent-
rumor.
I'm not opposed
that almost
to
happened.
Deshaun Watson to Washington.
I'm not opposed to that
to
either, but I'm
Deshaun
opposed to
Watson
it only because he's on the. That'd be my division. I don't want to
Yeah,
deal with that.
I think the rumors right now, probably Miami is the strongest landing spot, but I think like the kind of sub teams you're hearing about, I'm not opposed to, like Washington, like Philly, like Denver.
I don't like him in Philly, dude.
I don't like him in
I
Denver,
really don't.
but
I like Jalen Hurts too much, dude. I really do. I really don't like him in Philly.
well, I like Teddy Holywater, but we're losing games. You know what I don't like is our offensive coordinator. Well, I'll save it for the Broncos. Got to save it for the
Yeah,
Broncos.
we'll get there. We'll get there. We're gonna have spiels about our teams because we watch them the most.
Yes.
But yeah, I like that the Dolphins were getting aggressive, but they didn't need to. They are very, very bad. Keep your tank on. Save your picks. Maybe even what they should have done is sell. They should have unloaded some of their players for some draft picks because they got some players on there that they don't need. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like Will Fuller probably could get some value from him.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Essentially.
And Jets, I mean, just keep doing your thing. You guys are weird. We know that. You guys acquired Joe Flacco just to back him up to some guy. I don't know why you did that, but whatever.
Well, without Zach Wilson, here's the thing: Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Okay,
I mean,
like Joe
yeah.
Flacco is a veteran person in that quarterback room that helps Mike White, who hadn't thrown an NFL pass
Obviously
until he came into
balled
the Jets
out.
game. And
I guess-
Zach Wilson, who's a rookie.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Like, I mean, it is a veteran presence. Is it a great veteran presence? No, it's Joe freaking Flacco. But is it a veteran presence? Yes.
It's
Joe
a veteran
Flacco
presence
won a
nonetheless.
Super Bowl. Joe Flacco is a 4,000-yard passer.
Right.
Like, Joe Flacco is probably a Baltimore Ravens Ring of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not the worst option in the world.
No, it could
You
have been
could
worse.
be
Right.
relying on, like, Mike Glennon or something.
That's
Or,
true.
like, A.J. McCarron.
Yeah. Right.
Or, like, Colt McCoy.
Who do you think the best veteran, quote unquote, backup quarterback would be right now?
Tyrod Taylor.
I would say if someone started over him, or example right now, I guess because he's hurt.
Well,
but
actually,
Ryan
I think
Fitzpatrick,
Tyrod Taylor is coming off of the IR, too, right now. So I think he's technically the starter this week for Houston.
nice, good for him, dude.
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. I like Tyrod, he's a good quarterback.
I do like Tyrod, yes.
But yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick is my favorite backup quarterback potential in the league.
Yeah. I don't know
I
how much
love
longer he'll be in
Fitzpatrick.
the league.
Oh yeah, no. He's making his tour. He's making his tour. He got about like 20 more seasons.
Maybe my favorite is because I think the Packers just signed Blake Bortles to their team.
Did they really?
Yeah, to back up Jordan
That's
Love.
great. That's great.
So,
Oh yeah, because we know why that. We'll talk about that when we get to the Packers.
right? Yeah, so maybe
But yeah,
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe-
AFC East is weird.
Well, here's the thing: like you, if you go like team by team, and you're like, who is that team's quarterback? Dwayne Haskins is the backup in Pittsburgh.
That's a good quarterback.
Marcus
I don't care what anyone
Mariota
says.
is the backup in Vegas.
Also, a really good backup quarterback.
Like, that's not the worst option in the world. Drew Lock is the backup in Denver. It's not the worst option in the world.
True.
Who's the backup?
Gardner
in Philly?
Minshew's
Gardner
the backup
Minshew.
in Philly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gardner Minshew.
He's kind of cracked.
Cooper Rush, apparently,
Cooper Rush apparently is a god.
right? Andy Dalton.
Who would have thunk it? Yo, low key though, Taylor Heineke is technically the backup quarterback that's starting right now. He is low key good. He is low key really good at football.
He's not bad. He's not the worst option. in the world.
I like dude walked into a playoff game and got a contract out of it. I don't care what anyone says. Dude's a baller,
Yeah.
bro. He even lost that playoff game, you know?
Who's the backup in Arizona? Because
Dude,
there
I
was-
don't know. He's
Kyler,
obviously
I
not
think, is
important.
hurt.
I think he's playing. He's questionable. But I think he's going to play.
It's Colt McCoy.
Oh, that's who it is. Speaking of him. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Blaine Gabbert is the backup in Tampa.
What a guy. Blaine Gabbert's a G. And then it's Kyle Trask after that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. My dog found a squeaky toy. It's over for you guys.
Oh, man, that's game over.
Yep. All right. Anyway, moving on to the NFC North. This is...
AFC North.
Or, I'm sorry, AFC North. This is competitive as hell.
This is... Okay. I thought the NFC West was the best division in football, but the 49ers kind of were stinkers this year, and then the Russell Wilson Seahawks.
The Seahawks lost
the Russell Wilson injury has devastated the Seahawks. So, given that context, the AFC North is the best division of football.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I mean, all the teams are playing well.
I think AFC North and the AFC West are the best divisions in football.
Right, and then all the teams are playing really, really well in those divisions. Being the highest team is a 5-win team, lowest team is a 4-win team. Like,
exactly, like one game
crazy.
Separates every single team in this division.
Yeah, right now the Bengals
right
are
now,
leading.
This exact moment, the Ravens are leading it, but that's because they're 5-2 and have had their bye.
Yes, technically the Bengals will be leading it because the Bengals do own the tiebreaker over the Ravens currently.
Exactly.
So either way in this scenario, both teams are 5 wins.
I think,
the Bengals
I
did
think
lose
as of
to
right
the Jets,
now,
but
Bengals are the 5 seed and the Steelers are the 6 seed. I think Cleveland is technically the 8 seed because I think the Chargers are the
Chargers are 4 and
seed.
3. So yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, this is a very, very, very tight race across the AFC North. Like, I thought this was genuinely going to be a 2-horse race, and the Bengals and Steelers were going to hover around 500, maybe just sub 500.
Bengals are playing so much better football than I
the
expected them
Bengals
to.
are genuinely the most impressive team to me this year.
Yes, no, like from a team that we expected, from what we expected and what we got, so drastic. They're the team I didn't like. Maybe outside the Chiefs for opposite reasons. This is like the most unexpected thing I think I've seen this season.
Right.
Because there is absolutely, I did not feel like there was any reason for the Bengals to be even close to winning the division. And now I feel like it is, it's like not crazy for them to win the division. And on top of all of that, the freaking Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase connection has been insane. The team, like the defense is balling out. Their offense is electric. They're playing so good. Joe Mixon is having one of his best seasons of his career.
Oh, trust me, I know all about it. I've had Joe Mixon on fantasy for the last 3 seasons. I didn't pick him up this year because he was a stinker every single year, and he's popping off.
Yeah, dude, they're balling out. I gotta give the props. Joe Burrow, I did not expect to come back from the injury that he had and play as great a football as he is. And Jesus Christ, sirens are popping off outside. So I'm gonna just give them their props because they deserve it. They deserve all of it.
Yes, Bengals have been the most impressive team, them or Arizona. But I think I was kind of expecting Arizona to be good.
Yeah, but not
great.
how they've been good.
I was expecting Cincinnati to be honestly kind of bad.
No, yeah. You know who else I want to give benefit of the doubt to, like really, really cool props to, is another team in this division, and it's the Baltimore Ravens. Not because they're winning, and I knew they were going to be a good team. They lost their entire running back room before the season started, had to rebuild their running back room. And they are winning. Lamar Jackson is playing out of this world football.
He's playing
I don't care.
Well.
I don't care. Lamar Jackson's a baller. Marquise Brown is becoming a good number 1 guy this season. Things I didn't expect was Marquise Brown to be that good because to me he's just a slot dude. I thought they needed another guy to help out.
He always felt like a 2 guy.
Yeah, but he is playing like a 1.
You know,
he is playing like
Devontae Parker is the best receiver in Miami, but it doesn't feel like he should be.
Right, exactly.
It's the same situation with Marquise Brown. He's technically the 1 receiver in Baltimore, but forever it felt like he shouldn't have been.
Right. Exactly.
And I think Rashad Bateman, who was their round 1 pick, I think he got hurt in the preseason. And I think he just came back, I think the week before last, because last week was the Ravens' bye week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another option as well that's beginning to open up for Baltimore.
Yeah, I love Baltimore. I mean, you know my love for Lamar Jackson. I think he's a great quarterback.
I do too.
I love Michael Vick. I loved Michael Vick while he was playing, and it's just, same vibe. So it makes it enjoyable to watch Lamar Jackson because I knew what to expect.
It's entertaining.
Exactly.
I don't think Lamar Jackson, type quarterback is something that sticks in the NFL for as long as Peyton Manning and Brett Favre did, right? Mm-hmm. But he's going to be an electric NFL quarterback for probably the next 8 to 9 years.
Yeah, and from them saying that he couldn't throw the football to having his career high in passing yards this season and a comeback win, like dude's a baller, and I hope he keeps it up.
Yeah,
I love Lamar Jackson.
He's made some big strides in his game.
And that kind of leads me into the Browns more so than anything when we're talking about quarterbacks, because Baker Mayfield was hurt. Hasn't been what I expected them to be at all. They're kind of losing more games than I expected, but I think they have the ability to bounce back.
I do too. The big drama happening right now in Cleveland, though, is that I think OBJ wants out.
Yes, that is huge drama. That was news that he wanted out. I did get a notification earlier today that the coach excused him from the practice,
even though
he had a meeting with the GM.
Well, he was medically approved to come back, and he was excused from practice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then he had a meeting with the GM that same day.
Yeah, and apparently OBJ's dad posted something on Instagram, something or other. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I don't want to say he's becoming a distraction, but he's becoming a distraction.
And I don't think it's his fault that he's becoming a distraction. If you want my honesty,
Not
I think
necessarily. Yeah.
I think it's been 50-50. I do think they've low key kind of blackballed him.
Yes.
They kind of pushed him out of the game plan. He doesn't catch as many passes. I know he's been hurt, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just cut him so that he can get picked up by someone else. Kind of like the whole Deshaun Jackson situation.
Right.
So, my mindset. We'll see how it goes. But
I think the only team we haven't really gotten to talk about was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, they're weird, dude. I didn't expect them to be decently good. I gave them a winning record,
but they're much more impressive than decent.
Yeah, they're 4-3. Their defense is low-key carrying the load. You know what I think is the biggest game changer of their whole season? No Juju Smith-Schuster. Do you think that is a factor?
He's a distraction.
Yeah. The problem is I don't think he's a distraction for his performance. I think the fans and Ben Roethlisberger are the two people I think, or I guess two entities, because fans aren't just singular people, are the reasons why that Juju Smith-Schuster is is kind of how it is.
I think it's Najee Harris.
What do you mean? Najee Harris balling out?
Yes, I think he's been pretty impressive. Every time I see a Steelers highlight, it's always Najee Harris making something happen, because the Steelers' O-line isn't good, really, at all. But Najee Harris is somehow making plays pretty significantly.
He's finding a way. And he's getting better at being a receiving back too. He's not just a power rusher like it was in Bama.
Yes, he was at Alabama.
So.
Yeah, no, it's honestly been really, really, really impressive.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the Steelers could win. I mean, anybody in this division can win the division, so we'll see how it goes for the rest of the year.
Right.
I'm excited to talk more about this in the Week 12 break for sure. Well, our 3-quarter break, I guess.
Yeah.
Moving on to the AFC South. First and foremost, I am wearing my Carson Wentz jersey, so I would like to talk about the Colts first.
Sure.
And they're the first team there, obviously. I mean, there's one very big breaking news in this division, but the Colts are playing good football right now.
They are. They're 3-5.
Very good football. You know who's playing really good football? It's Carson Wentz. Now, I know he lost the Titans game for them, kind of, sort of, but it's one game. It's okay, guys. It's one game. Still balling out the rest of the year. Also, the pick 6 was kind of stupid, because it was everyone's mad, vintage Carson Wentz. I'm dude, he tried to make something happen in the back of the, he was in the end zone. It was either he was going to get a safety or they were going to score, and then they get the ball back, and then they scored again to force overtime. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, he did his job. I don't care what anyone says. He may have messed up a tad bit, but is that the O-line's fault or his fault? You tell me. Anyway, the Colts are playing really well. Michael Pittman Jr. is balling out, dude.
He's been impressive too.
He is a weapon. T.Y. Hilton is catching he's not really catching touchdowns, but he's catching.
I think didn't he
he's
just
making
get
some plays.
hurt?
Did he get hurt again? Dang it.
I think so.
I love T.Y. Hilton,
Yeah,
man.
he is ruled out for this Thursday.
It was concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Yeah, he is officially out this Thursday for the Jets game.
Well, he was playing well when he came back from injury.
Right. Yeah.
Which I do think T.Y. Hilton
is
he's in his last year as a Colt, by the way. I think so.
I think so too.
Maybe even like career. He might retire.
I don't know.
I don't think he's old either.
I think I could kind of see him becoming like an Emmanuel Sanders type guy. Or honestly, at this point, Deshaun Jackson type guy.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna make some team he's gonna make a really good third option on a team somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's a good football player.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if we said it once, we said it a million times. The Colts needed to escape the first 8 games at least 500, and they're 3-5 because they realistically should have beat the Titans last week.
Yeah, they should have. They also should have beat the Ravens.
They should have beat the Ravens.
They should be 5-3 right now.
Yeah. So like, I mean, the Colts are honestly a good team. I think the Colts have a good shot to make a wild card. The Colts potentially have a shot to still win the South, though I'm not.
I actually think they have a bigger chance to win the South than most people want to give them credit for right this second. They're 3 games behind, right?
They're 3 games behind, but the Titans are now.
That leads into the Titans, who just lost Derrick Henry. They say he's going to be out for 6 to 10 weeks.
So realistically, you're looking at having Derrick Henry back for the playoffs exclusively.
Right, which is fine, but you guys have to get there. Because now you could go on a massive losing streak because your game plan strictly revolves around Derrick Henry and miss the playoffs because everyone is a good middle-of-the-pack team. Colts win the division. You guys miss wild card by chance. It could happen.
I know. And if
you don't
look
want
at
that.
the upcoming Titans schedule, like 3 of their next 4 games are genuinely tough wins.
Don't they play the Packers this week or the Chiefs?
They play the Rams.
The Rams. Yeah, it was someone good like that. The Packers play the Chiefs.
Yeah, they play the Rams, then they play the Saints, then they play the Texans, but then after that they play the Patriots.
Right, like those are good teams.
3 of the next 4
and the Patriots
games
are nothing to laugh at right now.
Yeah, so I mean the Titans definitely have a rough road ahead of them, and it's certainly a rough road without Derrick Henry, who's the workhorse of the NFL. He's easily the best running back in the NFL, and it ain't close.
Yeah, it's not even close. No. I don't think so. Christian McCaffrey's not healthy enough. Or else he probably would be low-key.
Well, I think Christian McCaffrey is coming off of IR this week.
That's also really good for the Panthers. Really, really good for the Panthers.
Yeah.
To try to sneak a wild card in.
I don't know, dude. The NFL is so close.
Yeah, it's wild.
This is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But yeah, I think the biggest news in Tennessee, I think Ryan Tannehill can carry the load because he does have great weapons. Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, like that team is really good there at wide receiver. And they did sign Adrian Peterson to replace Derrick Henry. So, if you're going to replace a workhorse with another workhorse, that was one for the ages.
Well, here's the thing, okay? The Titans had a great start to the year. They're 6-2. Let's say hypothetically, without Derrick Henry, they go 500 the rest of the year. They're 11-5.
Right. That's fine.
Right?
They're 11-6, 12-5, 1 of 2.
Yeah, give or take, right?
Right.
That's a good team. That's a playoff team.
That's a great record. Yeah, and then you get Derrick Henry back.
For the playoffs,
well rested because he was hurt.
It's just a matter of can the Titans hold on?
That's my biggest thing. Like they could very well not, and they could go sub 500 and be like poor, and that would suck.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, I mean the Titans and the Colts are like the 2 contenders right now from the South. I think more so the Titans than the Colts, but the Colts I think are a good dark horse playoff team. But then that leads us into the other 2.
Yeah, and I think the Jaguars and Texans are done. Regardless of what happens for the rest of the season, they just don't. You got to win like 10 games in a row to be competitive at this point.
I don't know. You asked me at the end of week 6. Honestly, you asked me at the end of week 7. Okay, the 0-8 Lions were better than the Jaguars and the Texans.
Yeah.
Like maybe the reason the Lions haven't won a game is because they don't play the Titans the Texans or the Jaguars.
Right.
Like but then the Eagles pooped on them, and that's a story for a different day. But like,
hey, the Eagles they're not Jags Texans bad. Come on now.
Exactly. The Eagles pooped on the Lions, and now I'm more concerned about the Lions than I was before.
Yeah.
like the Jaguars and the Texans are two of the worst teams in the NFL.
Right.
Certainly two of the worst teams in the AFC. Them and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Not just records wise, but also like it feels like they're worse.
Skill wise, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, the Jaguars are rebuilding. This is Trevor Lawrence's rookie year.
Trevor
This
Lawrence
is
isn't
Urban
playing
Meyer's
bad.
first year in the NFL.
And this probably his last. Sorry.
Yeah, if not close to last.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
year,
I like some of the
yeah.
things the Jaguars are doing. They're just far from being in a position to do anything with it.
They're not ready to be competitive yet.
Yeah. The Texans, however, are a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they don't have anything.
Yeah, no.
They have, like, literally
Houston
nothing.
is not good.
No, they have nothing.
I mean, they just traded Mark Ingram to the Saints. Back to the Saints.
It's kind of wild, by the way. Because he just went back to the Saints.
Yeah.
Like, what did the Saints need Mark Ingram for?
Yeah. I mean, you saw on Twitter, I don't like, two sides of the same coin. Alvin Kamara was juiced. Brandon Cooks was pissed. Like,
Oh yeah, Brandon Cooks wanted to leave.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks, I think, is the only player on the Texans who genuinely is competent at this point.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And you know how much I like Philip Lindsay too. So
Yeah.
that's Broncos bias. Philip Lindsay.
Well, Philip Lindsay's just really good at the whole football thing.
Yeah.
But he's also really cool.
Yeah.
Solid player, you know.
Yeah. So I think pretty much the Texans have Brandon Cooks going for them at this point. Everybody else is whatever. But Tyrod Taylor does come back this week potentially.
Yeah.
So that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help. Tyrod Taylor's solid.
Okay, I'm good with the AFC South. If you're ready to move on
Likewise,
to the
because
West.
I don't care about anybody else in that division at that point.
Yes.
That
takes us to the West.
the West,
Who
which
currently
is crazy.
who is being led by the Las Vegas Raiders, who you and I both said was going to be the worst team in the West and was going to be one of the worst teams in the AFC.
Agreed, and they play good football.
They are playing very good football, but they're playing very good
No, no,
football
no, no,
with
no.
an
No, no,
interim
no, no,
head
no.
coach.
No. I said played. I said played. I said played good football. They played
Okay.
good football. I meant that. You want to know what a big factor has been for them this year?
Is it Henry Ruggs by chance?
Yeah. Dude's been putting up numbers on my freaking fantasy bench, that's for sure. No, he's been a big factor. He's been one of Derek Carr's favorite targets out behind like the tight ends. You know? The interim coach is coaching well, by the way. I think he's like 2-0 or 3-0 or some
He's
crazy.
2-0 at this point.
Right, he's playing
They had
really
their bye
well.
week
Like,
last week.
great coach. I'm not shaming him. Derek Carr, he honestly is putting up like career best numbers.
Derek Carr
for
has
him.
been underrated his whole career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Derek Carr is a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, no. I don't have no disregard to Derek Carr's like he's just having a career year, honestly. Henry Ruggs was having a career year, and he just recently was released. If you guys all don't know, he did get into a car crash. He was under the influence. Don't drink and drive, kids. Seriously.
Have you seen the details about this though?
It's ridiculous,
Like what
dude.
came out today?
I saw a lot of it. Yeah, it's ridiculous that he's getting charged and he should go to jail. So I'm sorry. They said he can post a bail, and I find that very, very bad because he could just pay for it.
Yeah,
But he should go to jail.
They clocked him based off
157.
impact and stuff like. Yeah, he was going over 150 miles an hour. He was
going 157,
more than
and then
double the legal blood alcohol content limit.
He slowed down to a 120 something before hitting the car. They made sure to highlight that in the freaking report.
Yeah.
Who cares? He was still going over 120 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And hit a car and killed a person.
Yeah.
And a dog. There was a dog in the car.
I know. That was the part that made me. I saw that the dog died, and I'm like, oh no.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So I mean,
bro.
it genuinely is kind of shocking. Like everything that the Raiders have gone through with John Gruden and now with Henry Ruggs. But they're still winning. They're still leading the AFC West somehow.
We'll see how it goes for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason. Do you want my honest opinion why they're leading the NFC West?
Because the Broncos are terrible, first of all.
Where are the Chiefs?
The Chiefs have not been performing, and LA feels like an average team right now.
Yeah, they were godly about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now they're not. Just plain and simple.
Yeah, so maybe, the Chargers have lost a little bit of a spark. The Chiefs clearly lost a spark, and the Broncos are not a good football team.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Raiders. I like they could still make the playoffs, obviously, and I just don't think they're going deep. I think they're gonna be good. They could even win the division for all I care.
They feel like a one and done playoff team.
Yeah, they're gonna make it, and I think they're gonna lose their first game.
Yeah,
it's kind of how I feel right now.
I can see it. But,
I will say though, the Chiefs. Do you have something else to say about the Raiders? I'm sorry.
No, because I was gonna say like it's very possible that the Raiders don't even make the playoffs because
you know what?
I think the Chargers and the Chiefs still can win the West.
You know what? You know what wouldn't be a bad free agent signing for the Raiders right now?
D-Jax?
Yeah. That'd be really good for them. Huh?
I was thinking of that too.
Like, that'd be solid. And now that Gruden's gone, like, if OBJ gets cut, I mean, I'm just saying. It's not bad.
Maybe.
It's not bad. In other news, there was a trade rumor that Fletcher Cox, the Philadelphia Eagles defensive tackle, was going to be a Raider. He almost got traded.
Have we got
scary that would have
been? I'm sorry, I just thought of that.
We haven't. We passed up last week, so no, we didn't get. We talked about the trade actually happening, but we didn't get to talk about him.
Gotcha.
We will get to him when we talk about one of the two teams that he played for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, that would have been a crazy deal for the Raiders. That would have been so good.
Yeah.
To get Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox is super good at football.
He's one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
Yeah, agreed. And that's why I always talk about the Eagles being like crazy, because he's like not even leading our team right now in anything. It's like him. And then there's like Hargrave is playing amazing. Sweat's playing amazing.
You still got. Oh no, Brandon Graham's out for the year, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. He's gone. Yeah, he was the only reason why we were like, seriously, Brandon Graham was playing linebacker basically for us. Like, he was playing like MLB a lot of the times. Like, he'd be on the line a lot most of the time, but he would be basically playing middle linebacker for us because we didn't have linebackers. We had Alex Singleton.
Yeah.
Which he led us in tackles last year, but that's besides the point.
If you're the middle linebacker, you should be.
Amen. But yeah, I mean, like, Raiders, they're cool. I think they have a chance. Yes. I think they're fine. I think they might be okay. Especially if Hunter Renfrow keeps playing how he's playing. He's playing. Yeah,
he's been a decent option too.
Yeah, and he needs to emerge because the reason he was doing so well is because a lot of attention was on Henry Ruggs. So what are you going to do when now the attention's on you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
I think a big difference maker for the Raiders too is that their defense has been much improved compared to last year.
Very much improved.
Yeah, their defense is playing very cohesively.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We didn't talk about this with the Jets, but we're gonna. I'm leewaying this to go to the Chiefs because we did talk about potential trades. But I want to talk about two trades that the Chiefs actually did do. The Chiefs did acquire Melvin Ingram from the Steelers.
I like that
in exchange for a 6th-round pick. That's an amazing pickup for the Kansas City Chiefs. Their defense has been looking lackluster. This might be someone that helps them just.
Because here's the thing:
smack them into shape.
The Melvin Ingram secondary for the Chiefs has been atrocious.
Mm-hmm.
Like. You typically have 2 corners and 2 safeties, sometimes 3 safeties, whatever your situation is, right? Mm. But it very frequently feels like Tyrann Mathieu is the only player back there for the Chiefs.
Yeah, amen. I agree. He is he's really good, and he's playing like he's really good.
But it feels like he's the only one who is.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, like the Chiefs' defense has not been helping the Chiefs at all. So I think now that you have potentially another pass rushing option, it helps the Chiefs tremendously, even in the secondary. Right. Because if the secondary can hold them for an extra, half a second,
right,
Melvin Ingram can get to the quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. They also traded an offensive lineman, Laurent Duvernay Tardif, to the Jets for a tight end, Dan Brown, which is a very much an easier name.
I think they were kind of concerned with. There was a game a few weeks ago where Travis Kelce got a little banged up and kind of missed the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he ended up being fine, but I think they kind of realized if Travis Kelce isn't in that offense, the Chiefs' offense is going nowhere. Like Patrick Mahomes,
really
is electric. Maybe not so much this year, but Patrick Mahomes is electric. Tyreek Hill is really, really good, but genuinely that offense goes through Travis Kelce.
Yeah, because he does a lot of the dirty work. He does the blocking, he's the check down.
Yeah, he's a modern Renaissance man.
Yeah, he's the best tight end in the league.
Yes. So that offense goes through Travis Kelce, and I think they realize
he does everything
Travis Kelce, that offense is stagnant.
Yeah, he does. He just does everything so well. It makes sense, you know.
Yes. So, my question to you is, what do you think is wrong with the Chiefs? Because the Chiefs should not be 4-4.
It's cohesion. You want my honesty? I think it's just like one day their offense is playing really well, and then the opposing offense balls out on them. Like they've lost high-scoring games, right? And then they've also gotten to a point where their offense isn't clicking and their defense is, so then they lose a low-scoring game, right? So it's like they just need to click. Like the defense needs to play more aggressive. That's all it is at this point.
Yeah.
If their defense can get teams off the field, and those elongated drives don't happen, Patrick Mahomes can do Patrick Mahomes things. Also, Patrick Mahomes hasn't looked like past Patrick Mahomes. That's a big issue. And I think the problem with that is that it's not that teams are really figuring out who Patrick Mahomes is. They're not taking those same shots that they were taking last season or the season before that.
I think teams have figured out the Chiefs. I don't think teams have figured out Patrick Mahomes.
No one can figure out Patrick Mahomes. He's a magician.
Right? I mean, like, you saw it in the Super Bowl. And it kind of feels like that's what's happening this year. It's like, there are times where it feels like Patrick Mahomes is the only player on offense.
Right. And the thing is that even then, he's not playing bad football. Yes, he's had some bad picks. But it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I feel like nothing's wrong with them, but something's wrong with them at the same time.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's either that or the teams are getting better. You know what I mean? Other opposing teams.
I think the AFC overall is better.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Bengals weren't good last year. Browns, Ravens are all pretty solid.
The Broncos and the Chargers and the Raiders
actually are winning games, right? Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy
concept. Okay. Speaking of the Chargers, I want to end on your favorite team.
I wonder why.
The Chargers are coming off a couple losses. Looked really electric. Justin Herbert looked really good. How do you feel about them right now? Because I'm feeling weird. Because I feel like they actually have a genuine chance to still win this division.
I do too, but I feel like they've lost a lot of momentum.
They did lose a lot of momentum because they were electric.
Yes, the Chargers were a great team, but now they feel like an average team.
Yeah, so but they still have the potential to be a great team. They just have to get their momentum.
I think
back.
the Chargers remind me a lot of the Bengals. Like genuinely, I think they're pretty similar teams.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with that.
They're good but flawed teams. Because
second-year quarterback.
Second-year quarterbacks, good receiving cores.
Mm-hmm.
Not great O-lines. I guess the Chargers O-line is really good, but much better than the Bengals O-line. But I guess the Bengals receiver core is much better than the Chargers receiver core.
Strictly because they have Jamar Chase. No offense.
And both their defenses have been playing okay.
Even though Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are pretty disgusting.
Yeah, but I feel like the Bengals have 80 weapons.
Yeah, they have Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he is 80 weapons.
He's playing He has 80 weapons by himself.
Yeah, no. The Chargers are honestly a pretty good team. I think they're good. They have a really good chance to win the West. I think even if they don't, I think they still have a really good chance to make a wild card.
I think they feel like they're a playoff team. Regardless of what happens at the end of the season, I feel like they're a playoff team.
Yes.
Yeah, so either way. Justin Herbert is still playing really well, so we'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes out. Because they're 4-3 right now. They're not even at their weird halfway point, so we can't be like, oh, they're 5-3, 4-4. We can't really gauge that. But I think that they have a solid chance. 10-7.
Who did the Chargers play this week?
The Chargers play the Eagles this week.
Oh, okay. That's winnable for the Chargers.
Philly. Yeah, very winnable for the Chargers. Yeah, but also I think that's very winnable for the Eagles now
it's pretty winnable for the Eagles too.
Because of both the games that they're coming off of.
Yeah.
So, my opinion.
Okay.
The Jets can beat them. We can beat them.
That's fair. Okay. That takes us to the Broncos.
All right.
Last team in the West.
I want to say it because I know it's going to hurt you to say it.
Yes.
This on November 1st, Monday.
My birthday.
My afternoon. Eric's birthday. The Broncos traded outside linebacker Von Miller, Super Bowl champion. I'm pretty sure he won the MVP too, didn't he?
MVP. He had
Super Bowl MVP.
You win the MVP when you have 2 strip sacks.
Yes. Super Bowl MVP. Von Miller was traded to the LA Rams for a 2022 second and third round pick. First off, they didn't get a first, which I'm pissed about. Secondly, I get it. Third,
to be fair, the Rams don't have a first to give.
Oh, true. I get why they traded him
the Rams haven't picked in the first round since they picked Jared Goff, who's currently a Detroit Lion.
and they did get Matt Stafford for it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But now the Rams put Von Miller and Aaron Donald
On the
same goddamn line.
Yes. At the Broncos' expense.
You know how terrifying? And you know what is crazier about that? They got that, and even if you get a pass off, Jalen Ramsey's back there somewhere.
You want to know the best part, though? Look who the Rams play this week.
Don't they play the They play. We just talked about this. They play the Titans.
They play the Titans, who just lost Derrick Henry, who now have to rely on Ryan Tannehill.
Oh God. Oh, they're already dead.
Yes.
No, not the Titans.
Yeah. But
Which I want you guys to know, my favorite non-Eagle player in the NFL right now is Derrick Henry. I love Derrick Henry.
Yes.
I don't know why I love Derrick Henry. I freaking love Derrick Henry.
Gosh. If
He's
I had to pick a
amazing. I'm so
non-Bronco,
sad.
I guess it's Von Miller.
That was so depressing and so funny in all one statement. Oh, that's terrible, man.
I know.
That's rough.
It makes me so sad.
That's rough. But yes, Von Miller is now in LA. I did see his press conference. He was really nice.
Oh, he's a sweetheart.
So that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I think he took a while
and
to
he's
get to
gonna
LA
contend for
because
another Super Bowl.
Good. From an unbiased perspective, this is brilliant for the Rams, and honestly,
Amazing
a really good
trade.
situation for Von Miller. Who
It's
now
good for
goes
all.
from,
I
who
think it's
now
good for
goes
all
from
parties.
The worst team in the West to a Super Bowl contender.
Right, a one-loss team.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Denver just lost their leader.
Yeah. They're not. They're
He
gonna
was
be really
easily the best player on the Broncos, and if you needed convincing that the Broncos are not sold on this season, there it is. The
Right.
Broncos, I think, are selling this season. I don't expect Vic Fangio to be the coach next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to get rid of their offensive coordinator sooner than that. Okay, here's the one thing that I'm going to cite from this, okay?
Okay.
This was right after the loss to the Browns.
Okay.
They interviewed the offensive coordinator, and they're like, pretty blatantly, something along the lines of why isn't the offense working? Why the offense machine broke? And his response was basically, I don't know. Sometimes teams don't score in the first half. It's like,
What?
no, teams do.
That's just not how it works.
Yeah, so no, they need to get rid of Pat Shurmur. He's their offensive coordinator. He needs to go.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
He needs to go tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I'm fresh out of faith for the Broncos.
Unfortunate.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
I like
They
a lot
did win
of
this week though.
I like a lot of the pieces on the Broncos roster. If Bradley Chubb, if they were healthy too, I don't think
Oh yeah, Bradley Chubb is nuts.
Bradley Chubb is nuts. I really like their linebacker core. They lost both their middle linebackers this year. Jerry Jeudy, I think, is due to come back from IR this week. Who they lost week
Tim
1.
Patrick is playing really well, by the way.
Who is?
Tim Patrick?
Tim Patrick is playing very well, yes.
I like him.
I like Tim Patrick. I really like Cortland Sutton's honestly been playing really decent too.
Yes.
Teddy Bridgewater looked like an absolute god against the Giants, Jaguars, and Jets.
I mean, as you should.
Right. We said it. Teddy was a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound.
Right.
He was, I guess helping a little bit, but it wasn't going to solve the issue. I like the Broncos O-line. Their running back core is decent. Their wide receiver core is decent. Noah Fant has COVID, but when he's not COVIDified, he's one of the better tight ends in the NFL, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I really like their secondary, but Bryce Callahan just went on the IR. You see what I mean about the whole injuries thing?
Yeah. Don't you guys have your rookie Patrick Surtain? Is that you guys drafted?
Yes, we drafted Patrick Surtain.
He's
playing very
hurt.
well.
Isn't he hurt?
No, I don't think so.
I swear he got hurt.
I don't think he started the first 2 games because they're starting Ronald Darby, who got hurt.
Oh, it's
And is now
Ronald
back.
fucking Darby. Ronald Darby's always hurt.
Yes. But Ronald Darby's back now, which just in time because Bryce Callahan's now out. Yeah, so like, if I think my exact words at the beginning of the year was the Broncos will go as far as Teddy can take them. I don't think Teddy can take them very far.
Yeah, he can't. He can't.
Especially when the Chiefs are supposedly as good as they are, when the Chargers are supposedly as good as they are, and the Raiders are supposedly as good as they
unexpectedly good, and they just traded Von Miller.
And that's the sign to me that the Broncos are selling this season.
And it's understandable with how their division is, because I think they're not going to get much better.
No, I don't.
So it's understandable.
They'll, best case scenario, they finish 500.
Right.
Best case scenario, they finish 9-8, 8-9.
Right.
So no, you're not going to do anything with that, especially when the AFC is as competitive. I do agree with selling it, but that doesn't mean I didn't feel sick to my stomach reading that.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So like I get you, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I get you. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, that's the AFC.
That's my opinion on the Broncos. There's the AFC.
The Broncos also we had some Bronco trade to the Eagles, so that was cool.
I didn't know who it was.
The Broncos traded cornerback Kerry Vincent Jr. to the Eagles for a 2022 6th-round pick.
Oh, thanks.
We needed a cornerback, or we need cornerbacks. We need to figure out what the heck we're doing with our cornerbacks, because the only cornerback I know that we have is Darius Slay. That's a lie. Avonte Maddox is actually playing really well.
Yeah.
I like Maddox right now. Look, here we go. Eagles Wire USA Today. 4 things you need to know about new Eagles cornerback Kerry Vincent Jr. It was a trade deadline. It was like on the cusp. It was like 30 minutes before the deadline or something stupid like that.
Well, what are the 4 things I need to know about Kerry Vincent Jr.?
All right, let's find out. 1, he is a former track star.
Cool.
Dang, that's kind of cool. 2, he has yet to play a down. The 7th-round pick. Spent the entire season on the 53-man roster, but not played a defensive snap for the Broncos' deep secondary. He'll likely spend the rest of the season in Philadelphia learning the game. He probably is going to play because someone's going to get hurt. It's the Eagles. He played for the LSU Tigers. And 4, Vincent followed in late father's footsteps. Played college football at Texas A&M and in their Arena Football League.
Neat.
That's his father. Interesting. Why did that told me nothing about him.
Yeah, we know nothing.
That told me nothing about his talent.
I'm sorry.
Crazy concept.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But this is a great segue.
NFC. We get to start in the East, and we're not starting with the Eagles. We're starting with the Cowboys because fuck the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are playing good football. They just won a game.
And it ain't close.
It's not, and that's depressing. They just beat a team using a backup quarterback. Who did they beat? I don't even know.
Vikings.
The Vikings? And I think the Vikings are decent.
The Vikings are decent.
The Vikings actually should have won that game. And guess what? The Cowboys did it.
Okay. So
with a backup quarterback.
Here's my question to you. Clearly, I think the Cowboys are a playoff team.
Amen. No. No questions asked. Not even a question.
The Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna put yes with a question mark. Do you want to know why I'm gonna put yes with a question mark?
I do want to know why.
I think whoever they play in the wild card round, they're gonna beat.
Probably.
Unless they get the 4 seed and run into the winner, the loser of the West. That's the only way I see them not winning their wild card game. Because like wild cards are, and I include
outside of the 5 seed, the 6 and 7 seed from the NFC are not going to be good teams.
No, it's going to be like the Falcons, the Panthers,
gonna be like,
the Saints, the Bears, the Vikings, the Eagles. One of those teams.
I think the Saints are decent.
Which I do too, but I don't think they're beating the Cowboys.
I don't either.
I don't think Jameis Winston's good enough. No offense to Jameis. I love Jameis.
I don't know. It's not Jameis.
Is that an even week or an odd week? We don't know yet.
It's also not Jameis anymore.
Wait, what?
Jameis tore his ACL, dude.
Oh, shit. That's right. Who's starting?
Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, anyway.
Also,
he actually balled out this week. Yeah, which is weird. I'm sorry. Taysom Hill deserves better. Give him a chance. Have you seen that TikTok meme that's been going around where people are like, "So give me one more chance," like from Gumball? That's basically Trevor. What's his face? Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think.
But yeah,
for
like
the Saints this week.
I think the Cowboys can win that game. When they get to the divisional round, that's where I hit my question mark because I really truly think who are they playing? Because I think that they can beat. This is gonna sound wild. I think they can beat the Buccaneers. Okay, they lost week 1. No, the Cowboys.
Okay.
Week 1, the Saints just beat the Buccaneers. So I know they can beat the Buccaneers, but I don't think the Buccaneers are playing their best brand of football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Besides the point, the Cowboys barely lost them. They lost by like 2 points. A game-winning drive from Tom Brady, who played immaculate. I think that they could clean some stuff up and win that game. I think
yeah. I mean, that's the Cowboys' only loss.
The Packers are notable playoff chokers.
Since that.
The Packers are notable playoff chokers.
It doesn't feel like the Cardinals are there.
No, they're not experienced enough in the playoffs. The Rams are a threat. I think the Rams have so much depth at every position that it's terrifying.
That's why I think, in my opinion, I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC right now.
I agree. Packers aren't far behind, and I think the Cowboys are third. I'm sorry. Sorry. Packers aren't far behind Bucks, then the Cowboys are fourth, but I'm putting an asterisk because I do think the Cowboys could beat 2. Like, I think they could beat 2 and 3 in the outside of the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, the Cowboys are very impressive.
I'm saying yes with a huge question mark because it really depends on, is Dak going to be healthy enough? Is Zeke balling out? Because who else are really notable playoff chokers? The Cowboys are very notable playoff chokers. It happens all the time.
Yes.
Never fails. So it's like, I'm putting an asterisk. I'm saying yes with a very high question mark because they can do it. It just depends on how they, like, obviously that's the statement for every team, right? Yeah, of course, right? But, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like right there. It's like there, but it's hurting me. Hurting me to say yes. Completely.
No, I get you.
I mean, Dak is playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
Zeke's playing out of his mind. Tony Pollard's playing out of his mind. Amari Cooper had one of the nuttiest catches I've ever seen in my life against
CeeDee Lamb, too.
Did you see that catch?
I did see that catch.
That was nuts. CeeDee Lamb's playing out of his mind. Like,
I think
the team is
the most
insane.
important part of the Cowboys, in my opinion, is that they're doing this without
Their
Marcus
defense.
Lawrence. They're doing this without Michael Gallup.
Yeah, they're doing it with their defense is playing really well, too. Like, the Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs is
Potentially depoy.
potentially depoy, yeah.
Isn't he a rookie?
I think he's like a 2 or 3 year guy.
I feel like he's a rookie.
Second round of the 2020 draft, so this is his second year.
His brother's Stephon Diggs?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No!
Yeah, Stephon and Trayvon.
That's kind of cool. Oh, this is his second year in the league. Okay, but still.
Oh, apparently
either way.
he's hurt right now.
Yeah, he is hurt right now. And they won! Like, I'm telling you, he is a baller, bro. He is insane. He had so much depth to that team that they lacked. And that was, like, that deep ball presence, and he plays really well.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But, yeah, I'm putting an asterisk on the Cowboys. Because I think they actually could go to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But will they?
The other
We'll
brother
see.
plays cornerback for the Vikings.
That's wild. Good for them. Good for the Diggs
Diggs.
family. Good for the Diggs family. Shout out to their parents. Their parents are probably loaded.
Right.
Like Diggs, Stephon, and Trayvon, like they're ballers, bro. Have you seen the video of it's Trevon Diggs, right? I was saying that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. His son in the stands for one of the Cowboys games.
No, I didn't see this.
Dog, he was like, they were like, "Who's your dad?" I'm like, "Oh, his name's Trevon. Yeah, he plays for the Cowboys. Go, Dad! Play, lock up!" It was hilarious. It was so good.
up.
It was so good. It was so good. I was like, dude, man, if I was a professional athlete, that's not my kid. I don't want him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gassing you up.
Yeah, it was great. It was so nice to see. His mom's just sitting there laughing. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, I mean, the Cowboys genuinely impressive. I think Trevon Diggs has been bought out. I think Micah Parsons, honestly, is really good. Probably D-Roy at this point. I don't know who else it would be.
No, I can't think of any other players that exist in the NFL right now.
I can think of Pat Surtain on the terrible Broncos.
Yeah, and he's playing well, but I don't think he's playing Micah Parsons well.
No. Like, yeah, I right now I think it's Micah Parsons is D-Roy.
Yeah, we'll see.
So here's the thing: the Cowboys potentially have the D-Roy and the D-Roy on their team.
Yeah.
And honestly, Dak potentially MVP.
Dak can make a case for MVP.
He's easily the
he can make a
player
case,
of the year.
but he's definitely come back. But I definitely think the problem is I think his team's amazing, but Lamar Jackson's playing really well.
I know,
but Dak could swoop in. Dak could swoop in. I think Dak has been the most consistent out of all of them, but he hasn't played it. He missed a game, which could hurt him.
Yeah, but
it also couldn't be a problem.
I mean, I think I was actually looking at the odds right now. Do you know who the favorite to win the MVP is right now?
Was it Kyler Murray?
It was not. He's 3.
Was it Derrick Henry?
It was not.
Damn. Was it not Lamar Jackson?
No.
Tom Brady?
No.
Stafford?
Stafford.
There you go. I was like, I'm getting there. Getting closer.
Which is weird.
A-Raj?
I don't know.
Where's A-Raj at?
That's a good question. I just saw the top 3. Which is right now Stafford, Dak, and Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Wait, really? Dak is top
actually,
3. I mean, it makes sense.
Okay, that's
Dak
what I saw from
well.
the from I think PFF. Actually, right now, according to, I don't know, this seems like a very unreliable website. Hold on.
Local moms are trying to get a hold of you in your area.
Yeah. Vegas Insider. Okay, as of right now, actually, according to Vegas Insider, the MVP is Josh Allen.
That makes sense.
Right now,
that's understandable.
Okay, so from 1 to whatever, Jamar Chase is on this list. He's like 15, but he's on this list.
I mean,
right now it's Josh Allen, then Brady, then Kyler Murray, then Stafford, then Prescott, then A-Raj, then
Lamar Jackson?
Then Lamar, then Justin Herbert, then Derek Carr, then Joe Burrow, then Patrick
Derrick
Mahomes,
Henry?
then
he's
Ryan
hurt.
Tannehill. The first Derrick Henry is not on this list.
Well, okay, it's probably really updated. It's factoring in he just got hurt, so he can't win MVP.
Updated today.
Yeah.
At 5:40
I bet you
Eastern. So
I bet you Saturday, Derrick Henry was on that list.
Yeah, so this was updated like 3 hours ago.
I'm sorry, Derrick Henry was an MVP candidate. He was playing that well.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, the first non-quarterback on this list right now is Cooper Kupp.
Really? I guess. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. It sounds about right to me. He is having a good year. And anyway, wild. Dak, yeah, he could win MVP.
I think he could.
He could do it. I want to talk about the other two teams before I start ranting about the Eagles, which I don't feel like I'm going to rant.
I might go make popcorn for Eagles.
Yeah, understandable. Football team and Giants, I think, are both in the same position. You want my honesty? I think the football team are in a slightly better position, though, because I think the Giants are in full, their entire team has been decimated. What do? You can't even evaluate because this was an evaluation year in my eyes for them. Like, what are we going to be? Who do we keep? What are we getting rid of? How are you supposed to judge your team if half your team is on the IR? You just can't do that. It's not fair. Like, Daniel Jones, I feel like is playing really well for the situation he's in. You know who I don't think is going to be in a New York jersey next year?
Who's that?
Saquon Barkley.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
What kind of
not because
do you think he's going to be in, out of curiosity?
Not New York. I don't know. Maybe New York, just Jets. I don't know. There are 31 other teams. I can't tell you where he's going to go. I just don't think he's going to be in New York anymore. And the only reason being is because I think that they're going to be in rebuild mode next year, and Saquon doesn't stay healthy enough. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which sucks. It's a very early prediction, and I think it very well could not happen, but I think there's a chance that it might happen.
Yeah.
I don't think Daniel Jones gets traded. I also don't think he gets re-signed. I think he stays with the team.
I think he does, too. I think they'll probably
He deserves one more year. Yeah. He deserves one more year.
Is that coming up for him? Is that fifth-year option already?
He got in this year after Carson Wentz.
No, it was the year after Carson Wentz.
Oh, 2 years after Carson Wentz? Yeah, because he came in after we won the Super Bowl.
This is his third year or his fourth year?
This is third year. I don't know.
This is
Daniel
third year.
Jones contract.
He was drafted in 2019. This is
Daniel
third year.
Jones contract.
So
yeah, this is his third year. Yeah.
So actually, he will be on the team next year, I think.
Yeah. Unless he gets traded.
Yeah, and I think there's a decent enough chance I think they pick up his fifth year.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's just, I mean, right now it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. It's just frustrating that he's been in the situations he's been in. Because he's individually shown improvement, but where did his weapons go? They all died.
Yeah.
You're supposed to pair this quarterback with the god that was Saquon, and Saquon's not there.
Right.
And you have Darius Slayton, and then Sterling Shepard just got hurt.
Sterling Shepard just got hurt. Kadarius Toney is just now coming back this week.
He got hurt again in the game. No, he played. He played Monday night. He played and then got hurt again.
Oh, did he?
Yes. And then Darius Slayton was out. Everyone's out. Their whole team's dead.
Yeah.
So I just feel bad for him in particular. So I wish them nothing but the best. For the football team's sake, their defense is really, really talented in the fact that they have talent. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, they're not putting it together.
They have talent. Don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke is balling out, by the way.
He is, too. Genuinely, okay, but if you had asked me on October 31st of 2021 who my favorite non-Bronco was, it would have been Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke's a stud, and I love it.
As of November 1st, it's Von Miller, but...
Yeah, true.
Yeah. But,
Taylor Heineke's
No, I love Taylor Heineke, and I have no idea why. He's just fun.
Neither do I.
He's just it's who are you? You should have no... You want to know why I like Taylor Heineke? He feels like a blue-collar quarterback. Yes. I watched a play. It was on Red Zone. I forget who they were playing. I don't think it was the Broncos game. I think it was the week before. Mm-hmm. Right, so they would have been playing it was the Packers game. I remember it vividly. There was a play where I think Antonio Gibson, went right, had to cut back left or whatever, and he ended up getting a 25-yard gain or whatever, but fumbled right towards the end of the play. You know who recovered the fumble? 25 yards downfield? Taylor
Heineke. I saw that. That was funny as hell.
And I'm just yes, this is a man.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's
a man right there.
That's your guy. Starting quarterback next year. Change my mind.
Yeah. I love Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about those teams. It's just weird. I don't know. I feel like the Giants are getting smoked not only because they're not good, but they have a lot of injuries. I think they were going to be better, but they got really riddled with injuries.
Yeah.
And football team just aren't getting it together. I don't know what's wrong with that. They shouldn't be on the same level as the Giants.
No, I agree. I feel honestly,
they shouldn't be getting outplayed by the Eagles.
They were my favorite to win the East, and right now they feel like the worst team in the East.
They were my favorite. They were actually the Eagles were my favorite to win the East because I thought Washington was going to shit the bed, and they did, but not this. I didn't expect them to do this bad.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of the Eagles, it's my time to shine.
Yep, pop off, King.
All right. The Eagles actually did a lot of
playing with my balloons.
Trading.
That's
fun. The Eagles did a lot of trading in the last few weeks. They did trade Joe Flacco to the Jets for a sixth. Proceeded to flip one of those a sixth that they acquired to the Broncos for Kerry Vincent, and also did decide to trade Zachary Ertz to the Arizona Cardinals for a sixth, I believe. A fifth. We got a fifth and some guy named Tay Gowan.
Whomst?
Yeah, exactly. Who? Anyway, you want to know the same thing that, you know how you felt when Von Miller left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Yeah. October 20. Where is it? October 15th. It wasn't the 20th. It's 15th. That's how I felt. Felt the same way. You know what's even crazier? Is Zach Ertz had his best game of the season the day before.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they might. I was like, because at the time I was like, he doesn't want to play here. He doesn't want to play here. He acts like he doesn't want to play here. Then he balled out. I was like, okay, maybe he does want to play here, and then gets traded the next day.
Yeah.
But I am happy for him, as unbiased as possible. Dude's in a great situation. He went to, like, Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, what's wrong with our boys going to the NFC West?
Well, the NFC West is good.
That's fair. We're too busy being not
We're
good.
to be bad. Yeah.
There's
But
your
yeah, it's
title.
going to be really
We're
fun.
too busy being bad.
Right. But yeah, it's really good for them. I think that is a great situation for Zach Ertz. I think Kyler Murray, as you saw, literally his first game, he caught the longest touchdown of his career, which I didn't realize was a crazy.
Was that really the
40-something
longest?
yards. 47 yards was the longest play of his career. His
Wow.
longest touchdown. Didn't know that. Dude caught the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Never forget that. You know, wish him nothing but the best. Eagles midseason evaluation, realistically speaking, Nick Sirianni deserves a second year. This offensive coordinator deserves a second year. Defensive coordinator deserves a second year.
Mm-hmm.
They all deserve a second year. I think the coaching staff is fine. Jalen Hurts is actually showing why he can be an elite quarterback. There's one big thing that is looming over the Eagles' heads. We are not good this year. That is fine. Wait. Hold on. There's more to this, I swear. That is fine that we're not good this year. What we need to understand is we need to figure out our offensive line. Because Kelsey's probably going to leave. Johnson's going to leave. We need to trade Brandon Brooks. Even though I think he's elite, he is not healthy enough.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. He has too much money for that. Get rid of Andre Dillard. He is a trash can waiting. He's a waste of a first-round draft pick. He is never healthy, and he's garbage when he does play.
Yeah.
Rebuild it. Rebuild the whole line. Unload everybody. Lane Johnson's probably going to leave because he doesn't stay healthy, and mental health issues. It's fine. I understand. Just chill. Just leave. Just go. Just out at this point. And I hate to say it. I love Kelsey. I love Jason Kelsey. I think Jason Kelsey is one of, if not the best center in the league. Okay?
Right.
He is elite in my eyes. I love Jason Kelsey. It's his time. You know what I mean? It's his time. We got rid of all the veterans. We got literally all the veterans left. Like, it was hurt. Carson Wentz, traded. Alshon Jeffrey, cut. Deshaun Jackson, cut.
Mm-hmm.
Who did we keep that were vets? Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, the O-line. That was like it. Brandon Graham coming back from injury is going to be amazing, by the way. It's going to be great for the team next year. The defense needs it. Especially since, like, Fletcher Cox might not be there. Might not be playing next year. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in his head. Anyway, we're bad, but we're not that bad. We are still in a position where we can snag a wild card.
Right.
I'm throwing the division title out the window. Cowboys got this. Go for it. You guys got this.
Yeah.
That's fine. Could we turn it around? Maybe, because it's the Cowboys. You never know with them. But I'm not being optimistic about it. Mm-hmm. I am, however, considering with everything that's going on in the NFC, we can very well make a wild card.
Right.
It's possible. I think we have the talent to also make a wild card. Devontae Smith is playing good football. Jalen Hurts, when he wants to, is playing good football. This week, the offensive coordinator finally started to figure it out and do what they need to be done and run the football. The problem that I've had all season is that we've been trying to run and force Kenneth Gainwell, and he's a rookie. You've had one guy specifically sitting on the practice squad all season who played and scored 2 touchdowns. Jordan Howard has been on the practice squad all year. Why? He is literally what the Eagles are missing in a power rusher. We have 3 speed backs and Jordan Howard.
I know. I think I Oh.
I think pop.
That was the sound of my balloons getting caught in my ceiling fan. Maybe I shouldn't be playing with that fucking balloon.
Oh, just
I was
it's okay. I was
them and
making
they
sure
got
you weren't
caught.
getting, making sure you weren't getting shot or something.
We're okay.
911, what's your emergency? Hi, I'm recording a podcast.
Hi.
Where's your friend's address? You know?
Yes.
You know. I'm not sure about that one.
I know.
Did anyone else report gunshots in an apartment building?
Yeah, no, we're good. Just me being a dumbass.
But anyway, yeah, like that's just like it's like we should have we shouldn't have drafted Kenneth Gainwell.
I saved these 2.
Yo. That's funny. But yeah, we shouldn't have drafted Kenneth Gainwell. I like him. I think he's talented, but I felt like we could have used that pick for something different.
Right. I mean, I think I'm starting.
We had Boston
Scott
Scott.
in the league.
Yeah, I literally picked him up too. I picked him up on my team that's literally named the Boston Scott Party. And it's a picture of him, a Baby Yoda in a Boston Scott jersey. It's great.
It's perfect.
It's beautiful. But, like, I don't understand why we literally, last season he popped off. The year before that, he popped off. Why are we not utilizing them? This practice squad player earned a contract for a reason. You know? Side note, we got rid of, the Eagles got rid of, who was it? Off the practice squad. Oh, man. Travis Fulgham got cut. And I cried. Not going to lie.
I'm done. Yeah.
Travis Fulgham was our leading receiver last year. And we cut him. Perfect sense. I don't know what's going on in Eagle Land, but whatever. Quez Watkins, though, is playing really well.
I think I picked him up for a fantasy league as well, Quez Watkins.
He's playing really well. He's getting some big plays. Him, I mean, Devontae, they're getting their own. Dallas Goedert had a really good game against the Lions. And then, obviously, the running backs did really well. I think we need to run the football like that. That's how we have to run the football. If you just switch out Jordan Howard. No, not even. Switch out Boston Scott for Miles Sanders. I think we should be playing Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, and the occasional Boston Scott. That's our rotation. That's what our rotation should be. It worked last year. And our run game wasn't the issue last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly the distaste with our coaching staff and injuries. I don't know what was going on in the coaching staff that year, but this new coaching staff messed up our whole running back room, and I'm mad. If Jordan Howard goes back to the practice squad after we get Miles Sanders back, I'm going to be pissed. I also don't. This is why I don't think Miles Sanders is going to be a running back for the Eagles next year.
Yeah,
because of this situation.
Yeah, it feels like the Eagles running back room is crowded. You know,
and they're all talented.
I agree.
I think Gainwell is good. It's just like, why did you draft him? Where's the room for him?
Yeah.
Like, we can get some picks out of these guys. Don't get me wrong. Like, pretty good picks at that. We can get some things for him. We just need to figure it out. So we'll see. That's my Eagles evaluation. I think they're okay. They're not a blazing fire of crap. Right?
Right.
They gave me that reassurance strictly because we smacked the Lions 44-6.
Yeah.
If we didn't do that, I'd be questioning everything. But 44-6 is a great win.
Yes.
It literally was the same way we beat the Falcons, just 14 points less or 12 points less, whatever. So I hope that they could take this win and put that and apply that to future games because they need to run the ball more. They have not been running the ball. Miles Sanders was not getting enough touches, which he deserves much more touches because he is an explosive football player when he wants to be. And apply that. Jalen Hurts also really isn't throwing the ball like that great, so we need to really focus on that run game and run the option and crazy stuff like that. I don't mind if he has to sling the ball, but once if we don't run the ball, we can't control the game, and that's where we were the best. I'm giving them the Cowboys treatment. Run the ball. Give Miles Sanders 20 touches. Seriously. Or even a combined. Give like Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders 20 to 25 touches. Fine with me. Just run the ball more. But not Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, I don't count those. I don't count those rushes because most of the time he's scrambling. So, cool. That's my Eagles evaluation. Have a good one. North.
Moving on to the North.
Well, the Lions are a dumpster fire, so there's that evaluation.
Yeah, the Lions are 0-8.
I don't know what else to say about them. Like, Jared Goff needs help. Or are we realizing that he sucks?
The best player on the Lions is Penei Sewell. It ain't close.
Are we sure about that?
Yes. I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Okay.
He's the best player on the Lions.
Okay.
You're just saying that wrong.
I mean, you're not. Jared Goff isn't terrible, but like DeAndre Swift's kind of cool.
Yeah.
They have pieces. They just don't have. They have a great TikTok account.
They don't have any kind of cohesion.
I will say they have the best TikTok account in the NFL.
Yeah.
If they're not winning, if they're winning something, it's not football games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I mean, the Packers win this division. I don't think it's close. Like, it's not close.
Yeah.
I think the Bears and the Vikings could snag a wild card, but Matt Nagy needs to figure out what the hell they want to do, because they aren't, and it's irritating to watch.
Well.
As a Chicagoan, I'm mad for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm watching them and I'm like, dude, I'd want to request a trade as soon as possible if my name is freaking Justin Fields. It's irritating as heck.
Yeah.
He's literally running for his life out there.
I know. It's really bad in Chicago right now.
Like, terrible. It is a dumpster fire for them.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, they still have a chance to make playoffs. And I think if Justin Fields can maybe get the ball out a little quicker or figure something out, they could get him rolling somewhere to the point where they can make a pocket not in the actual pocket. They might be able to do something. Allen Robinson really needs to get involved more because he's not involved. He also thought was going to get traded and did not get traded. I want to talk about players that would have been useful for other teams. A-Rob would have been useful for somewhere that's not Chicago. So, I don't know. It's weird. Chicago's weird. And Minnesota's also weird because Kirk Cousins is good. Adam Thielen is good. They're playing good. They're literally, all their losses have been like 3 points or less.
Yeah, they're losing very close games. They're in overtime games constantly.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're just losing the close ones.
Games. Yeah.
They're like, do you remember that Giants team from like 4 years ago that would like if the game ended,
if the game ended like 3 minutes earlier, they were like 12-4 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and they ended up going like 3-13 or something like that.
I don't think it was that bad. I think it was like 6-10. But
no, it was really bad. Yeah, they were like, but they would have been like a 1 seed or some stupid crazy stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they would have won the East.
Yeah, definitely. Like they just stomped the East. Because that was the year the East was like the Cowboys won the East at like 11-5 or something like that. Mm-hmm. That was the Eagles' 7-9 year. That was, I think, Carson Wentz's first year. It was like Eli Manning's close to last year.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I have nothing really to say about the Packers except for like they might lose a game or two because Rodgers is out. But like this is a really good chance to see what next season Packers is going to look like because this is Jordan Love.
Yeah, we're seeing Jordan Love's first start.
Yeah, so we'll see. Packers came off a really big win against the Cards.
Massive win against the Cardinals.
Like that's awesome. 7-1 is looking really good for them. Mm-hmm. I think they're gonna get they're gonna get their guaranteed wins against the Lions. I think they're gonna beat the Vikings. I think the Bears are owned by Aaron Rodgers in particular. We'll see how it goes. Mm-hmm. That NFC North is really, it's just like it feels like the Bears and Vikings are potentially looking for a playoff spot. That wild card. That's it.
Yeah, I feel like the Packers got the North on lock. Mm-hmm. It's just, can either of those two teams potentially steal the 6 or 7 seed?
Right. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
The South is weird.
South is very weird.
I think the Falcons are making a run. I think the Panthers are making a I can't. What's the a walk? I don't know how to put that.
But Christian McCaffrey comes back from IR this week.
And then they're going to run again because that's the reason they were winning.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why the Panthers do anything.
Because Sam Darnold had a check down, and a check down that made like crazy moves in the backfield. He could get somewhere. Checks down. He checks down. He throws the ball 2 yards. Christian McCaffrey takes it 15.
Right.
So, if he can stay healthy for the rest of the year, the Panthers are going to snag a wild card. I don't see them not.
Yeah, I don't see how they don't.
Because I think they just win some
all
games.
That happens.
But like, if he stays healthy, which is a very big if, because he doesn't stay healthy.
Exactly.
The other big, the crazy part about it though is they lost some key games, right? They lost to the Eagles. So if they aim in the Eagles tie, that's tiebreaker goes to the Eagles. Mm-hmm. What they've lost to a couple other teams, that they shouldn't have lost to, but they're still 2-0 in the division. Mm-hmm. So, they beat the Saints, beat the Falcons. It's big.
Yeah.
I mean, they're only 2 games behind the Bucks. They can make something happen. They were winning this division at one point this season.
Yeah.
And there was a reason why. They were 3-0. 1-4 since, but still. Just saying. We talked about the Falcons. Saints Just beat the Bucks.
The
On
Saints,
wild game by Allen.
It was a very wild game. The thing that's
They were
concerning about the Saints,
smacking
though, is that Jameis Winston tore his ACL.
That's big, but I feel like it's not as big as I want to make it out to be, because the biggest thing with him is that you didn't know what you were getting. It was so inconsistent. Because he was either getting, like, nothing or, like, everything.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so
you don't, I mean, they just beat the Bucks. With who? Trevor Siemian?
coming in at the end, yeah.
Defense pulled out a massive W, in my opinion. I think the defense is what won them that game, because they got a pick 6. You know?
Mm-hmm.
They played great. See how it goes. You know what? I just saw something on the trade deadline thing that I think is weird. The Rams did a trade with the Broncos on October 25th. They traded linebacker Kenny Young and a 2024 7th-round pick to the Broncos for a 6th-rounder.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing Kenny Young join the Broncos. I didn't know who he was at all, though.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Anyway, he's on the Broncos. I think that's interesting because they just traded, the other linebacker, Von Miller.
Right. Okay,
Fair trade,
here's an interesting thing. Basically, it's like, okay, what are the Saints going to do at quarterback, right? Because you have Taysom Hill, you have Trevor Siemian. There is potentially discussions about them calling Phillip Rivers.
Dog, Phillip Rivers, stay retired, bro. Stay retired,
no,
please.
His old bones can't handle New Orleans, but
Stay
that would
retired,
be
please.
that sure would be hilarious.
Dude, imagine. Yeah, hey, listen, hold on. I got this. Hold on. I'm on the phone. Hello?
Are you Phillip
Yeah.
Rivers?
Yeah, Breeze. Yeah, listen. Hey, Tom Brady broke your record. That's all you needed. Cool. All right. Hey.
Say less.
We'll see you next week.
Say less.
The jersey's still in the frame over here. We'll break it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be like that scene in Spider-Man.
The crazy part is in Tom Brady's his career with the Bucks, he is 1-3 against the Saints.
I know he's never won a regular. He
cannot beat them in the regular season.
Exactly. Yeah. So,
it don't matter who's there. Anyway, yeah, he's balling out, dude.
yeah. Okay. So we talk Panthers, we talk Saints. Falcons are the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
Buccaneers,
Bucks, who's currently leading the South. Are
not by much,
Super Bowl
but
contenders.
Yes. Very much
I think
so.
are Super Bowl contenders.
Any team that has Tom Brady on is a Super Bowl contender.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, so the thing about I don't know. It doesn't feel like either of the two Bucks losses are that concerning. They lost to the Rams, they lost to the Saints. Two pretty good teams.
I'd be concerned about the Saints one.
I don't think so.
It doesn't change my opinion on them,
Yeah.
but I'd be little. If I'm in the Bucks locker room, I'd be like, "Yo, why do we lose this game?"
Yeah.
And then fix it. Which they will. It's their coaching staff's great. Their team's great. They'll fix it.
Yeah, I trust Sean Payton. Or no, excuse me, Bruce Arians. I was thinking of the Saints. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I trust Bruce Arians. I trust that coaching staff.
Absolutely worth it. Yeah. I have nothing else to really say. It's Tom Brady, dude. Like I don't really trust them not. I guess they heard that there were people calling about Ronald Jones, that they wanted to see if he would trade for him, and they were like, nah.
No, I think he's still a solid option. I think Leonard Fournette has way too of a shaky injury history for them to want to move off of Ronald Jones.
I think Leonard Fournette is playing very well.
He's having a tremendous year, but there is the past.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I feel about the Bucks. I think they're solid. I think they're a Super Bowl contender. Like you said, any team with Tom Brady on it can win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady.
Yep.
That brings us to the NFC West and the weird division that this is.
Yes.
I would like to start with the Seahawks,
Okay.
who I think have zero chance to do anything for the rest of the year. Russell Wilson injury sucks. I think that they are kind of
they're dead in the water?
They could maybe get a wild card, but if they get a wild card, they're going to have to play, potentially the winner of their division.
I think they can get a wild card. I don't think they're
Maybe.
going to do anything with it.
See, I don't think they're gonna win a lot of more games now. How long is he out for?
Russell Wilson will be back in a few weeks.
What's a few weeks? Like 2 or 3 weeks? Because he was out for 6, like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Maybe.
You Google Russell Wilson, all it talks about is him getting traded to the.
Oh, he almost got traded to the Eagles. Apparently, there was rumors about that. They say that Russell Wilson is probably going to leave in the offseason. Anyway, Russell Wilson
Seattle?
injury. Yeah.
Well, apparently he's recovering nicely as of this week.
Yeah, his pin was removed from his injured finger. Okay.
So, yeah, soon.
I mean, okay, if he comes back like next couple of weeks, then yeah, they have a chance. I don't want to say dead in the water, but it really hurts my feelings that I don't think they're going to be as well. Or I don't think they're going to be as good because it really depends on how they play because they still got to play the Cardinals, the Rams. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You got to play these good teams still. We'll see. I think they have a chance. The Niners also are in that category, but I don't know what to expect from them. Like, the teams I expect them to beat, they don't beat. And teams I expect them to, like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, they beat the Eagles. I expect them to beat the Eagles, right? Like, they should beat the Eagles. If you're a good team. But then they're like, they lose. They're 3-4. It's like, what the heck is going on over there, dude?
Right.
So, I don't know. They both have a chance to snag a wild card because it's the NFC West, and the NFC West is really good. But it's like it's really weird because they all got to play each other again, multiple times. Someone's got to lose.
Yeah.
Unless they all just tie the rest of the season, which would be weird. What would happen in that event? I don't know. How'd the division? What if you know what? I want to know. What if everyone tied in a division every game?
Who would win?
Who would win? I mean, obviously the person with the best record, but like...
I think strength of schedule, right? At that point?
Yeah, I guess it would go down to strength of schedule, huh? Wild.
So if it happened 2 years in a row, I don't know.
That's true, huh?
So yeah, I have no idea how that would work.
Yeah. I don't know. What are your opinions on the Seahawks Niners?
I think I'm more concerned about the Niners than I am the Seahawks. I think the Niners are kind of dead.
I'm kind of in the same boat, but like, I don't know. The Seahawks were kind of disappointing me even with Russell Wilson.
Yeah. I think if Russell Wilson's on your team, I think you're okay.
Yeah, he's super talented, obviously.
So, I think the Seahawks can snag a wild card spot, especially looking at the teams that are currently in the wild card.
Which are what?
It's currently the Saints,
the Panthers, the Saints,
and then the Rams, of course.
And the Rams, right? Those don't count. Rams don't count.
Yeah. So if you look at the 6 or 7 seeds, I think the Seahawks could pretty easily take one of those.
They could. I don't know about easy, but they could. There's a lot of people that are going to be contending for that spot.
Yeah. Okay. So then that brings us to the contenders right now in the NFC West, which are the Cardinals and the Rams. So, Cardinals currently sit at 7-1. They are topping the division because they have the head to the Rams. They just lost last week to the Packers on Thursday Night Football in a very close game. Like, genuinely, the Cardinals, they drove like 94 yards and lost on a pick that was honestly A.J. Green's fault. Right?
Yeah, that was rough, bro.
Yeah, like the
and
Cardinals
Kyler Murray
could
got hurt
very
in the
realistically be 8-0.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so mad at AJ Green. You have no idea.
Yeah. So here's my question to you: why doesn't it feel like the Cardinals are the number 1 team in the NFC? Why does it feel like they're maybe like the 4th or 5th best team in the NFC?
Because the Rams just got Von Miller. The Cowboys are playing like wildly great. The Packers are playing out of this world, and the Bucs are Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I just gave you your 4 reasons.
I mean, I have no reason to doubt the Cardinals, but I still doubt the Cardinals. You know,
they're a playoff team.
The
problem is, I don't think the thing is they don't have enough experience to win a game in the playoffs. They did this last year. Remember, they were really good and then imploded at the end of the season. Yeah. They went like 8-8.
So do you think the
It happens.
Cardinals, maybe there's like hints of the Steelers from last year?
Yes. No.
I feel like this Cardinals team is better than that Steelers team.
Absolutely. I don't think they're like that. I don't think they're they're gonna make the playoffs and get smacked in the first round. I don't think they're that bad, right?
Right.
But like to the point where I don't think they're like how the Steelers were. I think they could win the wild card game, or they might get the 1 seed and just chill. You know?
Yeah.
I think they could win a playoff game. I don't think they go to the Super Bowl. Because I think any one of the Buccaneers, Cowboys, Packers, or Rams beat them.
I would too.
Can beat them.
Yeah.
Shoot, I think they could beat one of them.
That's your divisional round, I think, in a perfect world, is those 4 teams.
Yeah, I could see them beating one of them.
Yeah.
There's 5 teams there. Dude, imagine the fact that between the Cowboys, Packers, Buccaneers, Cardinals, and Rams, one of them got to go home after the wild card round.
Right. That's what's crazy about the NFL.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about the Cardinals. I think the Rams are the better team, even though the Cardinals have literally beaten the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
But the Rams, as we just talked about pretty extensively with the Broncos, just traded for Von Miller. The Rams
Which
have
is
one of the best
insane.
defenses in the league. Probably the
if
best
not
defense
now
in
the
NFC.
best. Yeah, definitely like on paper should have the best defense.
Yeah,
in the
and Matthew Stafford is having a career year, probably
Yes.
because he's no longer a Detroit Lion.
Yeah, probably because he has weapons.
Yeah, like the Rams genuinely are a complete team.
Yeah,
My
they're literally
concern
like
with the
perfect.
Rams is longevity.
Yeah,
Because I feel like genuinely the Rams could go to and win the Super Bowl this year. What do they do
Yes.
next year?
who cares? I'm kidding. I don't know what they do
I
next
think the
year.
Rams care.
I mean, they should care, right? Yeah.
What do they do
But-
next year? I don't know.
Who knows? But hey,
But then I feel like I've been saying that about the Rams for the last 3 years. Yet they always somehow find a way.
well, they're just getting better. Like they just got better players. They literally evolved their team after like with Jared Goff. They literally got Ramsey in those 3 years. They got Ramsey. Donald has blossomed into a beautiful butterfly. They just got Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
They traded for Matthew Stafford. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods are playing great. Like you just don't expect these people to pop off, and they do. And then they get better because they have some younger talent mixed in with some good veterans. You know,
Yeah.
that's the recipe for a good team, an elite team. So, I mean, we've been saying this from day one. The Rams are some of our favorite people to win the Super Bowl.
I agree. The Rams are very good.
Also, my SoFi LA dream is dead.
Do you think it's
I
dead?
don't. But the Chargers aren't going to the Super Bowl, bro. It's dead.
I don't think
they
it's
they might make the
unheard of.
playoffs. They're not going to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't think it's unheard of.
Nah. I'm over it.
Okay. Well, it was fun
I'm
while it
mad.
lasted.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Unless Justin Herbert starts climbing those MVP charts, I don't know what's going to happen, dude. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are great, though.
Yeah.
Love them.
Okay.
Anyway.
So that is every team in the NFL.
Every team in the NFL.
1 hour and like 40, almost 2 hours
Worth.
And all it took
Predictions!
was 2 balloon popping that sounded like gunshots.
To snap me out of the Eagles, right?
Right? Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just like, all right, we need to wrap this up. Let's just.
All right, Davion, shut the fuck up, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay, that takes us into week 9, the official halfway point of the year. We begin
Yes.
Thursday Night Football, Jets at Colts.
Yes. The Colts.
Yes, the Colts.
I do feel like that dude, Mike, what's his name?
Mike White.
Yeah, him. Dude, he might have a good day. They're getting Corey Davis back this week.
I didn't know Corey Davis was gone.
Yeah, well, it's the Jets. Did you care?
No. No, I'm still going with the Colts, though.
I am also going with the Colts, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
This is the time. But this is the Colts' time. They have the Jets, the Jags, and then they got to play the Bills. And then they got... Hold on. Oh, they got to play the Buccaneers. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. They got one more bad team in there somewhere. Where are they? The Texans! In the next 3 out of their 5 games. They're back to 500, baby. Win these games, dude. Win these games.
They're up there. They're on
It's
their
their
way.
time to shine, dude. It's their time to shine. This is their time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's our
Colts.
Thursday
Go Colts.
game matchup. Sunday morning, we start with...
Low-key, how they played against the Ravens and... I'm sorry, I keep talking about them. The Ravens and the... What's it called? The game they just lost. The Titans. They might
They
be
were
able to
very
beat the
competitive
Bills.
in those games.
Anyway. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Just like Carson Wentz is throwing them interceptions, you know?
So Sunday morning, NFC South divisional matchup. We got the Falcons in New Orleans.
Yeah. We don't pick the Falcons.
We don't pick the Falcons in this house.
I've picked the Falcons like 3 times. I've picked the Falcons like 3 times this season.
I'm not picking the Falcons ever, so I'm picking the Saints.
Saints.
But
I'm going Saints because I'm a logic.
already dead. Because they just won back-to-back games, which they
but Jameis Winston got hurt.
So I don't know. Saints don't make sense to me.
They'd never make sense. They never did.
Yep. We got Broncos at Cowboys.
I can't willingly pick the Broncos, but it hurts me to pick the Cowboys. So
Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys.
I'm picking the Cowboys. Doesn't hurt even a little bit. They're the better team.
Anyway, it hurts a lot because the freaking Cowboys that are about to be 7-1, dude. I hate life.
This is an interesting matchup, though.
This is an interesting matchup.
For the 4-4 Patriots playing the 4-4 Panthers.
Did not know Christian McCaffrey was back for this game.
That was, in my opinion, the deciding factor and why I picked the Panthers.
I'm also now picking the Panthers because I did not know before I picked it. I picked Patriots.
Yeah, I think I would have if I didn't know that Christian McCaffrey's coming back. And I'm not saying he's coming back. Okay, he was designated he was removed from IR this week. That typically means you're coming back. Right. So I'm not going to commit to Christian McCaffrey will play football this week. But it's seemingly like it's going in that direction.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't play, I feel like Sam Darnold can tear this team apart. Like, Patriots are good, but I think he can beat them. It'll be good, though. It's going to be a good game.
Okay, we got a purple off. Vikings at Ravens.
I think the dark purple wins.
I think the dark purple wins as well. Ravens
for anybody who didn't know.
We have an AFC North matchup. Browns
this is also
Bengals.
a good game.
This is also
Baker Mayfield is playing.
Baker is back.
I'm addicted to Chase, bro. Jamar Chase, Bengals, it's go time. Bengals win this football game.
Genuinely, the Bengals are so impressive. I kind of want to keep riding this high.
I'm on him. Yeah, I'm rolling with it. Let's go.
I'm going with the Bengals.
Bills at Jags.
Bills.
All right. Texans at Dolphins. I am picking the Texans because I'm going Eagles bias because I want the Eagles to keep getting that. We want the top 3 pick, baby. Keep it up.
I'm going with the Texans because Tyrod Taylor is back.
Tyrod Taylor's back. Yeah, we're going to keep the top 3 pick.
Yes. So I'm going with
Let's
the Texans as well.
Let's go.
Raiders at Giants.
I'm actually going Raiders. The Giants just have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, everything in my football logic says to go against the Raiders this week because of how dramatic the Raiders organization's about to be.
Amen.
I also said
my
that when
mindset
they lost
too.
John Gruden, and then they smacked the Broncos.
Also, they've won 2. Yeah, they won 2 games in a row. So
yeah, so I'm going with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay, the Bolts
Chargers at
and
Eagles.
the Birds. Chargers and Eagles.
You want honesty? This is a closer game than I think. I think I say this about the Eagles way too often because
you do say
everybody
that way
keeps
too
saying.
often.
Well, the Eagles. Everybody keeps saying the Eagles are trash. They're not trash. They're just. They're like there's trash.
Suboptimal.
Right? There's hot garbage. There's garbage, and then there's us. Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're slightly above we're slightly above garbage. Okay. We're not good, but we're not bad.
Right.
We aight. We aight. Justin Herbert's just elite, dude. I want to pick the Chargers strictly because I think Justin Herbert's about to rip us another one, but we're at home, and I think the Eagles are due for a home win, so I'm picking the Eagles.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Fun fact, guys, the Eagles haven't won a game at home yet this season. All 3 of our wins have been on the road.
I don't think it starts now. I'm picking the
we've played the freaking Bucks, the Chiefs, the Chargers. I'm going Birds. We need one of them, dude. Give us one of them, please.
Okay.
Please.
Packers at Chiefs.
Packers at Chiefs.
This is
no Raj.
No A-Raj.
Raj is on the COVID list.
No.
This
Devontae
is the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs comeback tour. I'm here for it. I'm picking the Chiefs comeback tour.
I'm picking the Chiefs as well.
It's time.
Okay. Cardinals at 49ers.
Is Murray playing?
I think he is. They're optimistic he will be.
I'm going to look it up because I need to know.
I think no matter what, I would take the Cardinals.
Who's their backup?
The Cardinals' backup is Colt McCoy.
I'm picking the Cardinals. I'm sticking with the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Cardinals as well.
Cardinals. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I was like, Colt McCoy? Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, we have Titans at Rams.
For Sunday Night Football with no Derrick Henry and the addition of Von Miller, yeah.
Rams.
In SoFi, yeah.
Rams, yeah.
Okay, but if Adrian Peterson runs for anywhere close to 100 yards, I just want you all to know that I will foam. Like, that'd be, like, insane. Anyway. He probably is not gonna. He's probably the backup. Honestly.
Yeah.
They said he's gonna start, but I don't believe it.
I don't believe it. No. Okay, and that brings us to
Bears
Monday
at
Night
Steelers.
Football. Monday night Bears and Steelers. This
This
was
is a
honestly
better
tough
game.
to call.
This is a better game than I think I want to give myself credit for. Because I really was like nonchalantly like, yeah, I'm gonna pick the Steelers, and then I was like, wait a minute. Bears aren't half bad. They just suck at coaching, and I think the one thing that is really good about the Steelers is their defense and being able to get to the quarterback. And as much as I want to pick the Bears, I feel like I have to pick the Steelers here.
I also am going to pick the Steelers.
It's close though, like really
It is
close.
very close. I think
Bears
the
can play
Steelers
upset
defense
here.
is a lot to handle for rookie Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because especially with how Matt Nagy's been coaching him, it's like not been fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're gonna abuse him,
Yes.
and I'm not happy. I'm very upset for Justin Fields.
So that
I
means
hope
that
I hope he comes out of this unscathed.
we only disagreed on one game this week, that being Chargers-Eagles.
Really? Was
I
it?
think so. That was it.
I went Colts. Yeah, we did agree with everything. That's crazy.
Everything but
good job, us.
Chargers-Eagles, yeah. And that
Go
means that
us, I
the
guess.
Buccaneers football team, Lions, and Seahawks are on bye week this week,
Yes, the Lions actually aren't gonna lose a game this week.
right? They might be their practice squad.
Yeah, they may do it. So good for them.
Yes.
Yeah. Real quick rundown: Colts, Saints, Cowboys, Panthers, Ravens, Bengals. Wow, I really like that right side for the beginning of this. Bills, Texans, Raiders, Eagles, Chiefs, Cardinals, Rams, Steelers are my picks for the week.
I'm doing the same thing, but Chargers over Eagles.
All right. Any
you
other
some time.
final things to say before we wrap up today's great episode of the podcast?
Dude, I got nothing.
The one thing I will say is stay safe out there and don't drink and drive, as we know there are consequences for our actions. Thank you guys. Call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a friend, call a parent, call a sibling, call a hotel, call someone, dude. Just don't get in the car and turn the car on, or get in the car with someone who's behind the wheel and intoxicated. Just don't do it, guys. Seriously.
We out here saving lives.
You don't know.
Look at us.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's terrible. Too many stories, man. There's too many stories that end poorly with this. Outside of that, please stay safe out there, friends. COVID is no joke, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Catch you guys all next week with the Week 9 wrap-up, Week 10 predictions, the elite Week 10 predictions, the Week 10 predictions we've all been waiting for, okay? Who's the better mediocre team? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I'm Davion. That's Eric. This is Behind the Plays, and we're out. Peace.
See ya.